anymore, so the item will become non-magical. I got something stupid that might be really great for Toli, though.
I'm listening.
I'm not saying.
Damn it.
It's a surprise.
Some fries.
Guys, have some trinkets for you. Mm,
Here we are again.
Yes. And as the chat said, it's probably going to be like a short 20-minute,
an adventure.
yeah,
and
it's
down.
going to be easy.
A quick 3-minute up and down. No unforeseen anything happening here.
Oh, never mind. I shouldn't be able to get to 21. I will get to 22 AC.
Okay, you're not making it better. I mean, you're literally making it better, but you're not making it better.
There's campaigns where like the big bad evil boss doesn't hit that. As a matter of fact, let me check something.
I was about to check if this is one of those campaigns.
Good afternoon, night to you, friends. Hello.
I was worried you were about to say Vietnam, but
I just rolled out of bed, so yeah. Good morning, Vietnam. I just rolled out of bed, so no camera for you guys today.
All good.
But yes, I was up.
You
late
got
today,
messy Bessie bed hair.
I do.
I call that.
Which is okay. That's what Sundays are for.
I call that every day.
Yeah, it was. Well, it would either be almost on time or be like half an hour late. So yeah, whatever.
You chose. Oh.
Yeah, you got more armor than a beholder. Then that's what I need to check.
What the fuck?
He's still not as cool though.
I mean, if he gets enough mutations, he could be.
That is a fair point, actually. First is already like one leg up, with the like one eye.
Exactly.
Too, so.
Oh my god! Could you imagine?
More to go.
Could you imagine my six of my heads getting that, and then, oh, funny.
Yeah, you'd be a beholder missing a couple of eye stalks. Like it's not impossible.
You know, a semi-holder.
A semi holder. To get into the place.
I just saw a guy earlier on who was tending to a couple of hives, and he had the prettiest eyes.
Hives?
That makes sense because beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Ah, there it is.
No. I was like, we're about to have a berry story, and then I was like, wait, no.
No, you're just about to have a dad joke. I get them every other day.
No.
The worst part is he comes into my stream every now and again, and then he's just like, oh my god, so this happened, and I'm like, oh shit, really? What? Are you okay? And then he's like, yeah, here's the punchline. It's like, you motherfucker.
There's gonna be a day that I come into your stream and it'll be like, dude, like my dog passed away. You're gonna be like, yeah, what's the punchline?
It's just like,
yeah. And how's it funny, Barry?
It's not a good joke. I don't like it.
I've grown, I'm getting desensitized to it. But yes.
Well, before we start, I think Tim mentioned a very smart point because in a couple of weeks, it is Easter weekend. In 2 weeks, actually. So the 20th of April is going to be Easter. Now, I wanted to quickly check in because Tim said like he can't make it for that session, and I'm inclined to just postpone the session if more people can't make it. So just general inquiry: is everyone else like, no, I can play, or does everyone else want to spend some time with their family during the Easter holiday?
I mean,
I'll
we
be
have
there as normal.
yeah, same. We do things throughout the day instead, but the evening is chill time because kids.
I honestly don't know if my family planned anything, so I would have to ask.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think I'd be able to be there as normal. Yeah. And it'd be a shame to lose out on a free session.
I was gonna say,
For
I mean, that's still
April.
that's still pushed. Like, that's
My I don't know if we'll do it if my family's doing anything. Any kind of church stuff we actually do on Saturday. So,
right.
yeah. So it's kind of mostly normal.
All right. Well, if you can check with your family, then Christian, stay
Yep.
night before next Sunday. Then, alrighty. Then the question I always ask: what did we do last session?
Take it away,
Oh.
Barland.
The whole it was basically the whole session was the fight. So instead of like recapping everything, I thought I'd like to mention like I don't think that fight went how any of us, including Barry, thought it would go for various reasons. So I thought I'd mention kind of the things that I think really altered the way that went. So the first one off the rip was, of course, I think Fritz kind of neutralized two of his like tanks right off the bat with the Eldritch Blast, knocking them into the floaty area.
Yeah, that
Or
was
fell, or,
fantastic.
So like, I mean, it was a good move, and it kind of neutralized two of the big hitters immediately. Then we had a totally frightening the Lisa, which was much needed because it was going to absolutely trounce everybody. In fact, it did trounce. It did really wall up Fritz, who did a tactical retreat, which was very understandable given the situation and that he had some horrible, I mean, excellent mutant powers granted to him by by some corruption. And then what really sealed the deal was the charm from Ivy. And
Yep, Charm Monster. Never
I think
fails. Always a good use of that spell. Never fails, never messes up. Never a waste of a 5th level.
And that was
It-
at least 4 jinxes.
I think that's what really shifted the dynamics of the fight, because you had now that Lisa had her best friend on her shoulder, you could whisper in her ear and say, "Hey, oh man, your other buddy down there really needs help. We got to get." And so I do believe like another half the fight was of the Henry or whatever his name was being picked up and held, grappled basically by Lisa. It took him mostly out of the fight.
Do
And
what I
then, yeah, I mean, it was a big move. And then you had Nespip with his telekinesis holding the wizard in place. Even though he went invisible, he just was like, he was there and using his intellect to fly around and hit him in the face with a hammer. Really just top
You know,
notch.
he hits very hard.
Intellectual.
He hits very hard
Very
for such a tiny
intellectual,
dude.
yeah.
Very intellectual. And then, of course, Nabarlin, sensing his weakness to lightning, completely on purpose, used lightning arrow
Mm-hmm.
to
Completely on
neutralize,
Completely on
neutralize
purpose.
some of the whatever effects that it neutralized.
Regenerative effects, yeah.
Regenerative effects, yes, completely on purpose. Or the plan.
No lie detected
And,
at all there.
Plan L for lightning. But after that, of course, we had Ryan use her legendary actions to pontificate throughout the fight, which was
She loved reading this fight. She was really into reading.
yeah. But she did come in there. Oh, and then of course I forgot the demon, which and this for the first time did not just immediately break free and stuck around.
Yeah. Applause for it finally working.
Yep.
Fritz.
I don't know what
It
you're talking
wasn't-
about. It always worked as intended.
It always
Was-
works. Flawless plan, flawlessly executed.
flawlessly executed.
Eh.
Was a vessel for all the
You just
corruption.
don't comprehend his intentions.
Let's go ask Justin about that. Oh wait.
Which
Yeah. Oh wait, we can't. He's
Yes, a witness.
dead. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
David was luckily there for the corruption to be siphoned off into, because if Blondie would have had to probably had to take the hit if she would
You would have had Blondie take the hit.
she would have died, and I would have had to revive her, but she would not have enjoyed that process, I'm sure. So
We never
Uh,
enjoy that
no.
process.
no, and so yeah, that worked out great. We had the demon there who, nice distraction, did some hits, became a vessel for corruption, and instead of turning into a gibbering mouther, apparently it blew up. So it all worked out.
Everyone's happy. It all worked out, right?
Everyone's a winner except for the ones that aren't. Yeah.
Except for the DM
Yeah.
who's fuming a little bit. He didn't get to add us to the graveyard this time.
Yeah.
No, it's fun. Like, honestly, that
It
graveyard
really-
it's such a dubious honor to be like, Barry's still on the throne. I'm like, I don't want to be.
Barry's
So
still
bad.
on the throne for killing people.
And you still haven't posted about Justin either.
Means you're
Huh?
you're still
You still haven't posted about Justin either.
He doesn't deserve a post. It's fine. I made him as a gag.
speaking of the losers, we do have to briefly acknowledge the fact that we did lose Blondie and Ollie for a few minutes.
Ollie.
Ollie.
For a few minutes until they were
But they're already
until they
back,
get-
so it's fine.
until they're back, so it's fine. It's fine. I believe we did a short rest and found some info.
Oh,
out.
Tolly.
Holly.
I thought you said Ollie. I'm like, who the fuck is Ollie? Have we
Who
had
knows?
another cute companion this whole time named Ollie that I didn't know about?
It's one of my
Hidden in the
snakeheads.
pocket dimensions.
It's like you guys try to convince me that there's been like a little chipmunk this whole time. My name's Ollie. In case you were wondering, this is how I am when I've just woken up.
But yeah, we did a short rest and found out some info that we were kind of looking. Well, at least Navarro found some info that he was looking for, which was conveniently where we're going. So, with that said, I think we should proceed onward for our
think
quick.
I'm
Our
still
20-minute
a
venture.
hawk,
Oh yes,
Yes.
you are hot.
but that's fine.
Oh, did
Honestly,
you want to
better.
turn back?
No, I have another 3 hours like this, so let's fucking go.
You want to turn back? No. Okay.
I'm a talking bird, guys.
Yeah, tweet, motherfucker.
Tweet, motherfucker.
Could you imagine a hawk saying that to you? Like, that's actually kind of creepy. Okay. So, with the fight concluded and all of you still standing, Ryan will look at all of you as far as she can, because not everyone is visible, and say, "Well, that was something. Well done, I guess."
I guess that's all we get. So well done, I guess. I feel like we did better than that.
Keep in mind,
so
she probably had
talking.
she had every intent of winning that fight by herself. So I
Yeah,
mean,
this is me. It's me. It's Ivy. I'm a fucking druid. Don't you? Didn't I tell you that?
Oh, you are a druid, yes, inclined with nature. What
Yes.
are you doing here in Drakkenheim?
Fuck if I know. And if a hawk could look sadly off into the distance.
Bows his head a little bit like, oh.
Like This has all gone way out of what I thought it was gonna be, so
You're here to help your cousins.
yeah. Fuck, yeah. Fuck.
Why is
I
Nabarlin the
forgot.
only one who Nabarlin's the only one who remembers this?
Shut up, Misfit.
Nesbit, yeah.
Yeah, no, Christian. Shut up, Christian. Let's be real here. That wasn't Nesbit chuckling. That was Christian.
Um. So you wanted entry to the tower, which you got, and now you're in the library level. So you
So
haven't
true.
died. That's amazing. What are your intentions now? Where are you going?
At the top.
To the tippy tippy
Is
top.
that figuratively or literally?
One doesn't exclude the other, does it?
Both.
Ambition is a dangerous but powerful trait. I appreciate that. You've changed. I I would have imagined if you were in my class at some point, I would have told you to keep your head in the game, but you diversified.
Keep your heads in the game.
I did what I had to do to overcome.
Hmm. Well, it's something. So, to the top then. You know how to get there, don't you?
Follow the stairs.
Go up.
Follow it.
Yes. The only trouble is that the stairs, and she points towards them, are broken.
Well,
We're
some of us can
going-
fly.
Where we're going, we don't need stairs. And Nabarlin hops on Blondie and then attempts to fly up, fly off into the ether.
I'm just gonna tell Maslow, hey buddy, you have been my faithful companion for so much of this. I love you so much. But you can't fly. Just stay down here.
Just
And he's
abandon
just gonna
him.
he's just gonna chill down here. He might even go down to the bottom of the tower and just kind of keep guard, honestly. Just kind of watch out for any threats that might be coming up the pipeline. I don't know how he'd get in touch with me. He doesn't have any magic. But that's what he'll be doing for them while we're up there.
Ryan, what
So
exactly?
Ryan looks over at
what exactly
Ryan
were
looks
you
over
here
at
for?
Maslow, who right now, like Maslow is like 4 or 5 times your size, right? So he looks over. She looks over at Maslow. And she looks over at you. It's an interesting pick that you would transform yourself into basically your pet's dinner. Huh.
I don't think panthers eat hawks.
You'd be
Pretty sure they
surprised.
anything.
I would have thought that a druid would know what the appetite of. Well, never mind. So, top
Why-
of the tower then.
Why exactly were you here?
Yeah,
I-
Ryan.
Well,
What's your fucking deal?
I'm probably not going to get away with giving you nothing but the truth, right? You guys want to know why I'm really here.
Yes.
Yeah, considering you hired us to be here, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. And
In a
was he your
sense.
boyfriend or was he not your boyfriend? I need to know
was-
that.
There was a time long before he got all wormy where I admired him as a professor and as a person. But
And
he
as
went
a
little
lover?
overboard. The
Never
carnals of
mind.
the flesh are more of a trivial matter to me, but sure, if that's something you'd be interested in, then that was part of the bargain. Yeah, he needed things.
Oh
and I
my
could provide.
god.
Now, the thing is, when he went a little overboard with his research and whatnot, he was all but outcast by the Amethyst Academy, to which I agreed, and I figured that that was the end of our relationship. When I learned that he was still around in, well, whatever form he chose to be.
Wormy boy.
Yes, I figured that if that was his calling, I knew what he was going to go after next. He was going to try and harness the power of the inscrutable tower. And that had to be stopped. Well, here we are. Now, it's not that I don't trust you, because I do. But it's sometimes good to have a little backup plan. So I was the backup plan, but you pulled through wonderfully. So now the only thing that is left to do is to check what else is left in the tower. The library is pretty shook up, but it might be worth salvaging at some point. It's not the most important. We need to go to the director's office, which is above us.
Mm.
I'd say that what I'm looking for should be there.
And what are you looking for?
If the Amethyst Academy wants to regain control of Drakkenheim, or at least establish a foothold here at some point, they're going to need a couple of things. I want to see if those things are still around in the tower.
Still
One of them-
eluding what?
Well, one of them is an artifact that the Amethyst Academy finds very important. It's a staff.
Hmm.
The other thing I will point out if we see it. I can't really speak of it yet.
And what are your
And then-
intentions with the staff?
I'm not sure yet. I just want to make sure that it's here, because if it isn't, it's somewhere else. And that's...
That is how physics works.
Ah, yes. Very astute for a druid.
Too, I
think-
guess. Good God.
Just quickly above table, by the way, like druids, warlocks, and whatnot, they're lesser casters. So
I
like,
know,
most wizards look
I
down
know.
on
I
you.
hate that about this fucking world. That's so stupid.
Yeah, because druids are in
Lesser
their own right. Like,
magic.
yeah, it's
Lesser
not. It's just
magic.
different.
Druids are fucking powerful, man. I charmed Lisa. Could you say the same?
Well, given enough time, I could have tried.
And failed.
I mean, she actually like defeated her, so
You know what? Nespip, whose side are you fucking on? Okay?
I mean, I got like I got like 15 arrows. I probably could have taken her down.
Probably.
Anyway,
If a hawk could huff, she huffs.
Okay.
so we just go up the stairs until they break and then try and float up the rest of the way.
Yes, the power of the library would be sufficient to bring us up there. Now, a word of warning, because the director's office is only one level below another thing that I would be keen to inspect. Above the director's office is the Nexus.
Ooh.
And unless I am mistaken, the Nexus is currently being a little erratic because of the meteor's power. I want to inspect what's happening over there, because if everything is fine, the thing is just broken, and that is just unfortunate, and we can rebuild it. If it's acting up, yeah, that's the reason I might need some help with you. The very reason I asked you to come to this tower. This fight was, I had it, but that thing up there, that's the real deal. So-
Is there a teleport circle in the Nexus?
My dear Barlin, define a teleport circle for me, please.
It is an incantation that provides a static point for people to teleport to when they use an additional spell called Teleport Circle. It allows for instantaneous travel between one point and another.
No, that is not available in the Nexus.
Above table, where the fuck did I hear that there's a teleport? Somebody, it was mentioned. It was mentioned.
I think it was mentioned that several teleport circles inside of the tower because people went there and back, but they don't work anymore, at least for teleporting outside of the haze. So
And I know,
That is
but
correct.
that's kind of irrelevant because I just need to know one's there. Okay. Anyway, I guess there's no teleport circle. Let's continue on to the
And
Nexus.
Chris is like,
There-
I
there's
want
there's
there
no
to be a
teleport circles in the
teleport
Nexus.
circle. If there's no
Alright.
teleport circle, I'm out of this.
Are you guys gonna float up to the director's level? Because like walking up the stairs, then using the innate like magic of the library to move up a level is totally possible. You don't need to do any checks for that.
I mean,
So
except
I'd
for the
imagine
people who don't have a high enough intelligence.
True. So the druid who was one of them can now fly, so that should be covered. Is
Yep.
anyone else? Does anyone else have a
Is anybody
zero
else
to
a
their?
fucking dumbass?
Dali.
And Fritz. But Fritz can just fly on himself on his own by different means,
Yeah.
but still.
If
that
you have
means
your
he
own,
will check it off.
if you have your own flying speed, that can negate. 'Cause this is just supplementary to it.
And
I don't
got a
know if we'll
question.
be able to lift up Tali.
Is a question. If Barlin has a +1 to intelligence, and
Yes.
Blondie has a fly speed of 40, but if she's grappling Barlin, then it's 20. But if he's got a +1, could he ride her and then have a fly speed of 30 with his +1 to intelligence? Help
For
move
this
him along?
area, I will allow that. And the reason I'm allowing that is because Blondie has a -1 to her intelligence, and I don't want her to drop down.
But she has a fly speed; she could fly.
True, but you're also trying to ride her.
Okay. Ah.
So yeah, sure. For the purpose, like that's cool. Like you finally find a moment, like, hey, we can ride, we can fly. That's cool. Like
For this
And
one
then
little
she
moment,
plummets to her death.
and that's if she sort of fall, the ball just get off and she could fly normally. But
as everyone
that's
floats up to the director's office, you can hear that one song from Aladdin. You know,
A whole
I
new
can show
world.
you the world.
that somehow plays in the background.
Shimmering, splendid. Why do I know all the lyrics to this?
Because it's a
song?
Disney song and you have to know it.
All right. As you float upwards,
We in heaven?
you'd say
Yeah,
so.
what's happening here?
Right? Well, you're actually at the cloud level. So
We're at the pearly gates, man.
yeah.
you didn't survive.
All of you
this fight.
will. So you decided that Maslow is not going to come with you, right? Just wanted to make
Maslow
sure.
is not. He is
Okay.
too weak, and I love him too much, so he has to stay
Works
behind.
for me. And then we have what's her face?
Indeed, the powerful wizard. What's her face?
I have to make a wizard at one point. That's just called that. Like this.
What's her face?
What's her face?
Can you move Fizzle inside the balcony?
Can do. There you go.
Thank you.
Totally,
And
you're
move
too
Atoli a
big.
little bit as well.
Oh, you're
you
Yeah,
too
that's what
big.
she said.
No, that's not what she said. That's. Fuck.
Yeah, you got nothing on that, did you?
I am a hawk still though, so I don't know if you want my token to reflect that.
Oh yeah, good point. Sorry.
Plummet to my death.
Oopsie. Let me copy that from the other screen. And boop, there you are.
Oh, so cute.
So you'll land on this little balcony that is sticking out from the top of the tower. There is a set of double doors that leads into a hallway to another set of double doors. The hallway itself looks definitely not immaculate because it's touched by decay of age, but also the fact that this tower was hit by the meteor. That said, though, the marble and everything that's used over here was really expensive. This is a well-made place, and it looks completely empty.
Berlin's like he pulls out his little berries, starts munching some berries. and then throws some pebbles down the hallway to see if anything sets off, like traps and stuff.
Give me a perception check.
Some seeds, perhaps.
Yeah, 16, 26 total.
Good
Nice.
God.
It seems that there is nothing in this hallway that would prevent your berry from just rolling down the hallway.
Okay, well then, enough for me, I guess.
I mean, we do have an expert with us.
That's true. I could have asked Ryan
Yeah.
if there's any like.
It's just like,
Well, I did my berry test. There must be nothing wrong here.
Right, Ryan? Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
what should we expect when we open the door?
oh, this is the audience chamber, I'd imagine.
Go gadget thaumaturgy.
Oh, yeah, that's one way to open the door, I guess. Good call. As you thaumaturgy open the door, you see a rather large central room that is indeed seemingly used as an audience room.
Oh,
oh hey, look,
Is this
It's
it?
a
Is this what I've been looking for?
it's a teleport circle.
That is not a teleport circle.
Oh, damn it!
Fuck. Either that or Satan has been having a fun time up here.
So what you're seeing here is the audience chamber, and as you walk in, Ryan will point out, saying, "So this room was only used for official business. Whenever we needed to conduct business with people from outside, this is not where the Archmage usually really was around half the time. She had her own demi-plane that she would retreat into whenever she had her off time. So this was just for official business."
Right. Totally.
So dealings
What's
with
on the-
demons,
what's-
basically.
What's on the ground?
Those are tiles.
Oh, this
No.
giant
You know what
Cir-
we're fucking talking about.
circle. What is that?
Oh, well, that wasn't here when I was here last, so that's strange.
Oh,
Really?
It doesn't
don't-
look.
Oh,
It doesn't. Yeah.
does it look like the summoning circles that we saw?
Yes, it
the lab.
does.
It does, kind of.
And this one's broken.
This one is broken. That's very astute. This circle is not whole.
I guess I'll ask Ryan.
What's what's it done with? Like, is it paint or?
Nestor would also like to look at that.
It's done with delirium dust.
That's when I got the meteor, I guess.
Where's the
Maybe.
director's room?
Oh, the office is right behind the throne room. right
I
behind
told
the
you it's
throne,
gonna
sorry.
walk up to Nespip and casually just like, I think you can fix that.
I'm not sure if it really helps to fix it afterwards.
Well, just in
If it
case
was-
it is a dimensional door or something, then
I mean, it doesn't look active anymore, right?
I don't know.
Give me an Arcana check.
I was about to say.
That's 17.
No, doesn't look active.
Yeah, I got 13. Shit.
But Atoli isn't so sure.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
Can't help it now. Oh, she said, "Is it?" She said behind. So where
Yeah.
the bones at right now?
Those doors
She's
are-
also not stepping in the circle.
Yeah.
Go,
Whee,
gadget.
flying over the circle.
Thaumaturgy.
Well, that's the. Oh, generally we
What's
knock
go
first. but
gadget?
You don't. Wait.
No,
Okay.
no.
Pause game. You don't know what that's a reference to?
I do hope that's.
It's a reference to like a fucking cartoon or something. Maybe.
Get out.
Are 4 grown men going to banish me from this call? Because
Yeah.
I don't know what Go-Go Gadget is.
The door.
What is
Inspector
it from?
Gadget.
It's Inspector
Inspector
Gadget.
Gadget.
Oh, Inspector Gadget. Right. I should have known. Should have fucking
Honestly,
known.
never
I've
seen
never
it.
watched it. I've never seen it, guys.
She's too young.
Fine. I'm the
This
same
is the
age
part
as,
that will grow,
as Tim.
Tim knows Inspector
Well,
Gadget.
well, mostly through memes and osmosis, but yes, I do.
Fair enough.
Tim
It-
hasn't seen
look.
Inspector Gadget.
Okay, it
Might have.
still qualifies.
This is my normal Saturday, Saturday morning.
Not
was
only
Inspector
that, but it was
Gadget
the
on
the
Saturdays.
cartoon, and then the movies, and then
There's movies?
Which sucked, by the way.
yeah, the movie sucked,
But
but it still qualifies.
The movies
Still,
which were terrible?
still qualified.
So you open up the door, and behind door number 2, you find a circular office.
Is this the summoning circle, or I mean teleport circle?
He's obsessed
Ryan-
with this fucking teleport
Ryan looks around the
circle.
corner, and she says, "Yeah, that's one of the teleport circles that was often used over here. Yes."
Okay.
Wait,
This,
really?
This one's also
Yes.
broken.
What's that?
What's what?
Yeah,
This
what is that?
brown-white rectangle in a map.
Looks like a mirror.
Is this
Ivy.
like a
Ivy admires her hawk form in the mirror.
Oh, do you
Is-
now? Can you?
Oh God! Oh, for the love of
I'm
God!
a druid, not a dumbass. I mean, not a.
It's LED
smart.
2.0.
We'll see about that. Can you make me a charisma saving throw, please?
Oh no.
no?
It's LED 2.0.
Guys, it's -1 to whatever this roll is. 2.
Okay.
Am I dead?
Ready to serve, my
Uh,
lord.
Maybe.
How dead
So
am I?
you look in the mirror, and
Meltears just subscribed.
as you
Yeah.
admire yourself, you can see this is a very well made and clear mirror. Like it's not even dusty and anything.
I look
And as you're looking at yourself, you sort of you know that feeling where you basically you don't look at your peripheral anymore. You just look at whatever is in front of you, like that focus.
I guess.
You get that for a second, like you're focusing on yourself. You're like, wow, I'm a hawk. Anyways, and you
No,
turn
you said
around.
I'm hot.
Sure. And as you're ready to turn around and be like, well, there's probably more to this room. You turn around and all you see is mist.
Oh,
Because
Everyone
now
else
she's in the mirror.
sees you. Yeah, everyone else just sees you disappear.
wonderful. Do I see them or do I just see mist?
If you within the mist, you see a very small rectangle. If you float or fly towards that,
fly
you
towards
can with a very it's almost as if you're looking through a very thick pane glass. Like it's very hard to see, but you see shapes over there that could probably resemble Nabarlan and the rest. The sound is very muffled.
I tap my beak against the glass. Help!
It's not audible on the other side.
Tap, tap,
Druids.
tap.
Was there a
Druids.
noise that happened when that was there a noise involved in that?
Nope.
She just
Nope,
faded
that just
out.
happens.
Just happens because
that case,
I'm funny like that.
Is this the director's is this a table or is this
It's a
an
desk.
altar? It's a desk. Okay.
How long until they
Uh,
notice that I'm not there?
I mean, I totally would
Rollins-
have. I totally would have noticed.
Nabarn's going to look for the book that he's looking for, that Celestial Codex. So I think she said it might be here.
Give me a perception check.
It's a nat 20.
Dude, what is up with you?
If you ever needed the net, right?
Who are you?
Find the book.
One with a plus 10 to perception, that's who.
Oh my god, it's a 30?
Yeah, it'd be technically a 30.
Whoa.
So as you look around, like this place is like slathered in bookcases, right? But
Slathered.
in one corner, you suddenly notice a book that just looks a little bit prettier than the others.
Pretty book.
Tucked amongst all of these books, you notice half hidden and half glowing a little bit. A volume that is showing some cracked silver leaf and etched designs with the symbol of the sacred flame on top of it. It seems that the text that you can see on there is written in Celestial, and it is slightly unreadable, so the book has been like touched a little bit, but it's unmistakable a holy book. That is probably the book you're looking for.
Good news is I can read Celestial.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will pick up the book and through it to see what
I
it is.
totally would. While Napoleon is searching around, I totally would look to Ryan and be like, "So, how do we get the druid out of the mirror again?"
I'll get to that in a second. So as Nabarlan reaches for the book, your fingers graze the spine and the book flickers, rather shifts, phasing between here and elsewhere. One moment it's solid and real, the next is wreathed in spectral fire and impossibly distant, like a dream slipping through a waking thought. It's caught between worlds, it seems, anchored here only partially, as though bound by a forgotten spell or tethered to a plane not quite aligned with this one. It seems that if you want the truth, the whole truth of this book, you're going to have to find a way to tether this book to this plane.
If I'm holding it and it phases, it just kind of falls. It falls to the ground. Is that what you're saying?
You can't grab it from the bookcase. Like it's like almost
Oh.
there. Like you could feel it, but you can't grasp it.
Oh, so I'm gripping it. And it kind of goes like.
Yeah, like you like it's like quicksand.
Okay.
It's so annoying, right?
Is there anything else then that might aid with that? Because I mean, it's his. If he, the Archmage, she or whoever put that there, this could be a mechanism that they did to keep it someone like me from taking it. So, is there? Oh, is that it? Is that actually what this is right here? Okay.
Yeah, that's the little glowy thing. That's the book.
Yeah. Is there? And everyone's gonna, I guess, look around to see if there is. Anything that looks like I say anything that looks magical, but I'm in a magic tower, so that seems kind of redundant.
You know, you know what you could try to do.
What?
Your purpose here is holy, right?
Yeah.
Book is holy. Why don't you try and spill a little blood for the book? Cut your palm just a tiny bit. Bind your blood to the thing.
Well, this is why I keep you around, man. These kind of good thoughts.
I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna work, but
I know, but it's an idea. So Nabon will get his hatchet out and do like that, and then basically how he did downstairs, and then reach for the book.
Hack off a thumb.
no. He's finally
He's a
rolling 20.
hatchet.
He's finally
He's a
rolling
hatchet.
20s.
Does that have any effect?
No.
Well, that's a good thought.
And as for your earlier question, like, is there anything else here in this room? Like, there's a lot of books here. The desk itself, there's just some paraphernalia on there that doesn't really look like anything special. And there's that mirror.
Samir.
But the whole thing was silent, so Nabarlan, that's why it's like he's unaware because it just was. If it happened silently and he wasn't paying attention, he didn't know that we're missing a
It's
hawk.
just like you'll notice that there is a very pretty mirror here in the room. Like that, you'll notice. But the hawk being gone, I think you'll notice at some point, but probably not now.
Well, I guess I'll mention to Ryan. It's like, Ryan, what this book? It's
Here, but it's not here.
is this the book you're referring to?
Oh. Is that a... That book is phasing. That's strange. I'd imagine that the Archmage would have done that, but
Hmm.
we're going to have to dispel that if you want to get the book out.
Either that
All the
or
magic.
dispelling it would make it, permanent to be in whatever other plane that it is in.
So that's the gamble. If we dispel it, will it anchor here, or will it anchor wherever it's also being kept? Alternatively, we need to find a way to get that book anchored here, but that is very high level magic.
I thought she was going to say,
Difficult.
alternatively, we have to find a way to get that druid out of the mirror.
All right.
Oh
I
my
guess I guess I'll keep this in mind then as we meandering around the tower. Because Nessip, you can do dispel magic, can't you?
I can still do it once, yeah. But
Yeah.
as
I
said,
don't want to do it just yet. Let's exhaust options before we try and take a risk on dispelling this.
Ryan like points her finger like this. She's like, "There's one more thing though. There's something missing here.
What's that?
I would have hoped that the staff was here."
Hmm.
maybe it's in one of the other rooms.
Maybe.
I mean, clearly somebody's been here. These drawings normal.
The teleportation circle. Oh, that's usually here.
The one behind
Yeah.
us.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I guess that's done by someone else.
So
Are there
someone's
are
been
there any
here.
notes on? Are there that's the office of the Archmage? Are there any notes of the circle of the process that we're doing? Like what's currently on the table?
Some empty parchment and some half-written communication. Like this literally looks like someone who was busy when the meteor struck. Other than that, there is one. Oh, that's not in this room. Sorry, no, it's nothing here. Oops.
Okay.
You mentioned a demiplane.
Yes.
Do you know how to get there? Because that sounds like a place where one might keep valuables and weird books.
They usually have it keyed to, well, something that is of import to them, like a ring or. I once had a professor that keyed it to a shoe. Something very personal and something kept safe that can be used to shift to the demiplane.
So it's probably still on the Archmage's body wherever it is.
Casually, Atoli is
Unless
going
it's in
to
the
ask
demiplane.
Ryan now. Speaking of other planes, how do we get the druid out of the mirror?
What?
There's a druid in the mirror.
Oh, I guess nobody else saw that.
So you like I told you, are you looking in the direction of like from where you're standing? You can't look directly in the mirror. Are you looking at the mirror?
No, I saw her disappear after
Okay.
admiring herself.
Ryan will say, "Did did the druid look at herself
Yep.
in the mirror?" Okay. Now, the mirror is something special. We call it a mirror of life trapping.
Oh
Wonderful
no,
piece of-
I'm there forever.
It's a wonderful piece of technology. Now, if we know what the command word is, we can pull people out of it.
No. And we know what it is, right, Ryan?
I
Was
don't have a clue. It wasn't
What-
mine. Oh, she can't hear you.
Is there
So
anything on the
funny.
desk that might indicate? Actually, a better idea. I'm gonna look on the back of the mirror.
The back of the mirror. The
The Wi-Fi
instructions, they're
password.
on the
There's a,
back.
yes, there's a post-it note.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi password.
Made in China.
The
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
capital I,
password.
inscrutable 1987. You know, like. Welcome, -1.
Delivered by Timo.
And just like a QR code for a quick sign-in.
Oh my god.
Magical runes.
Should be an admin password somewhere as well. How to get out.
But there's nothing on the back of the mirror.
Oh, well,
Oh man.
that was a good idea.
We can try to shatter it.
Maybe not.
Is there- Okay, I was just looking at the desk. Here we go. Look at the desk again. Is there any like drawers? Have the post-it notes in drawers?
Yeah, there's no drawers here, but now that you know that you're basically looking for a command word or something, give me a investigation check to see if you find anything on the desk.
Oh come on, another nat 20.
Those I'll help you look.
7 total.
I got you.
Yo.
I got you. 20.
So the bar, you don't find anything on this desk. Like, there's nothing here. I told you, the only thing you find here, other than like some paper and whatnot, there's a half-finished letter, which just like it's not important what it's about, but it's half finished, so it's written by someone.
Any noticeable signatures or the
No
way that
signature,
it
but
the
there's
way
a
that
handwriting here.
who's it addressed to?
Let's say that this is addressed to another part of the faculty.
Who?
Barry, make up a name. Come on.
Uh,
DM.
Oh, kitty.
Give us a
It's
fucking
to
name.
I don't know the
Okay, so it's just an announcement, like it's a
it's
blanket
just a letter
statement.
to someone else who's not important. Yeah.
Okay. What does it say?
Something about goods being have to be moved from one place to another. So nothing too important.
But clearly, there's something important about this. Give it to us.
Ever heard of the concept of red herrings?
I like them. He'll pick it up and show it to you.
Oh,
Who wrote this?
oh, I'll recognize that handwriting anywheres.
The Archmage.
That's yeah, but not the current Archmage.
There is no current Archmage.
Well, the seat is kind of vacant right now, but this is written by the one before the last Archmage. This is written by Archmage Modera.
Why is this significant?
He's been presumed dead for over 100 years.
Oh,
Trapped in another plane.
I like where that is going.
Well, there's the circle thing behind us. There's this teleport circle here and a fancy mirror with a hawk inside of it over there. All leading to potentially different planes.
There might be something about that.
That the Nexus of Magic is all messed up currently as well. In case somebody's been tampering with the stuff up here, it could have gone haywire.
Nobody really comes up here, I hope.
Well, clearly somebody does. Is there any way to glean on when, like how faded is the writing or the parchment?
So that's the thing. It's not too faded. Like, this is not like yesterday, but also not 100 years old. It's in between that.
This is clearly from, like, before or after the meeting. Seen that?
I'd say.
what's the date on the
I'd say
letter?
after. It doesn't have a date. But I'd say
So-
after the meeting.
So this has been written within the past 15 years.
Yeah.
by the previous archmage.
Apparently.
I mean, it could also be some time fuckery like with the that one tavern inn, whatever it was.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well,
Well, I'm glad I'm a lost cause.
what happens if we just smash the mirror?
Oh, it's very hard to break, but if you break it, the connection is severed between whatever is behind that mirror and here. Might be a good idea, so we don't lose anyone else there.
Mm.
You, Ryan.
And Berlin, I guess we'll say close his eyes and then just like turn the mirror to face the other way.
You do so the entire time with closing your eyes.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I don't want to. I don't want to look in there.
Sure. Now the mirror is faced to the wall.
I
Alright, we
mean,
all close.
worst case, we can wrap it in cloth, take it with us, and show it. Forgot his name. Magic merchant guy in
Aldor.
Amberwood. Eldor.
Look,
Right.
Eldor!
Aldor's gonna help me.
Nesbip, I appreciate your entrepreneurial spirit, but now's not the time to be trying to sell artifacts that contain the soul of Ivy. Okay.
Yeah, what the hell, Nespip Fritz? I mean, what?
No, he's
In the
not trying to
meantime-
sell it. He's trying to trap Alder in there so we can take over his business.
It's not about us.
I can
It's not
appreciate
about
the
asking for
yeah.
Very
advice,
shrewd of
but
you.
okay.
Yes, very very astute. That's an excellent plan, Nesbip Fritz. That's good. I like it.
In the meantime, Isabel, can you make me a perception check?
Heck yeah! I love perceiving. All right.
And that's a nat
life
one.
is good, guys. Life is good. Nope, but it is a 9.
There's a mist around you, as I said, but in this mist, you see a very faint light. Like a very small dot of light. And it's very slowly coming towards you.
The die.
You ever heard the
I'm gonna-
don't go into
I'm
the
gonna
light?
be scared enough to turn myself back into Ivy.
You are or you aren't?
I am.
Okay.
You hear a train horn in the fog.
There's a mystical train that's gonna bow me over.
I like trains.
Ask Ryan. There were two other doors here. Where did they go?
They go outside.
Two other doors go outside.
Yeah. You go outside to, well, I imagine the lifts, the elevators over there won't work right now, but there's some staircases and they go up to the Nexus.
Shit.
Sounds like we gotta go up to the Nexus.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Your druid friend, was she capable at combat?
Yeah, to some
She
degree.
had her moments.
Oh.
I mean, she can make
Well-
she makes friends pretty easily.
If we don't know that command word, then oh well.
Command word?
If you know the command word to the mirror, you can like, get people out.
Mirror,
But-
mirror by the wall, who's the worst spellcaster of them all?
Oh my god.
The mirror doesn't seem to
I-
react.
This is the
Fine,
worst
then.
day of my life.
What do you mean with if she's bad at combat or if she is good? Why would that matter with the mirror?
Yeah, Nesper.
Oh, not
Why would it
nothing
matter?
necessarily, but I mean, she needs to have a use, right? Clearly, she wasn't that intelligent, so I hope she's proud. She has a certain prowess in battle, so she can be of use to you.
Okay.
Mirror on the wall. Who's
Fuck
the
you,
best
Ryan. That's
spellcaster
not
of
why
them
you
all?
You couldn't
asked.
hear that.
Nabarwin casts Thaumaturgy and
Who's the
yells
best
at the mirror.
spellcaster instead of the worst?
Oh.
Which means as much as what now?
Bless you.
Bless you.
An attempt to intimidate the mirror into giving back Ivy.
Aw, you're so sweet.
That's all I
What
got.
language did you use?
That
That was
what we
draconic.
do is let's say celestial.
Okay. In that case, you can make me an intimidation check.
All right.
Oh, the mirror speaks celestial. Good to know.
That is a dirty 20 and a 14. So dirty 20.
Dirty 20. The mirror sort of jolts by itself. Nothing else happens, but apparently you did something to it.
You spoke to it.
Well, yeah.
The monster inside just became 10 times more powerful.
He
The li-
definitely got its attention. Yeah.
The light now comes at you faster.
Yeah, the light is for you, Ivy. Like the light is coming to you like more closely. It's still very hard to see what it is. It's sort of like floating in midair, about like human height somewhere else. And it's slow, like it's like coming to you like that, like floating.
I'm just gonna look underneath the desk.
Okay, there's nothing there.
I'm trying here. I'm trying.
I love
Ryan
you
looks at you
for
and she
it,
says,
bud.
"So you spoke Celestial, didn't you? That's interesting. I don't know a lot of people that speak Celestial." The mirror did respond to that. Do you think that the command word would be in Celestial then, maybe?
Or maybe you could call out to the book as well in Celestial.
Does anybody have a dictionary? Let's just go through all the words.
Perhaps. In that case, Nimron will go to the mirror and say, he'll. Yeah, let's keep. I'm gonna keep going in with thaumaturgy. He yells,
Release the river.
Empty.
Empty.
Works.
Okay.
Empty.
in celestial.
Spill out your contents.
I guess yeah, he would say empty your contents. He'll say that. He'll say empty your contents in
Oh, yeah.
celestial.
I'll allow it. It's not exactly the command word, but it's as close to it. You just have to say open. But empty is kind of the same thing. So as you say that, there's just you're no longer a hawk, right? Like you're Ivy now.
I'm Ivy now.
Yeah. So Ivy gets like ejected out of the mirror,
Straight
Literally
into the
just, like,
wall. Oh my god.
Yeah,
the whole thing, like it goes.
I go all the way over here and I go against the bookshelf and then the
No,
bookshelf
no,
begins
because
to
the
fall
mirror
on
is
top
turned
of me.
around, so you fly
Oh no,
directly.
it's against the wall. Never mind. That's so fucking funny.
So the mirror
that
just like
cat?
flies back a little bit and just drops onto the ground.
Did it shatter?
No, it's still intact.
Christian, have you always had a cat?
You showed
Yeah,
it
we
just
have a cat.
before.
Oh,
He's currently bothering me, so yeah.
oh, cutie boy.
Oh hey, look, the druid.
Ow.
Get up.
Well, that was astute. That worked. Did you see anything in there?
Yeah, there was like a
What?
glowy light.
What color was the light?
Light colored.
That's what I meant. She says as she like taps the Barlin on the shoulder. She's probably good at combat.
What was that? Why is it here?
What did it look like on the inside? Was it like green meadows or
Misty.
misty?
While they're figuring that out, Nabarlin puts the mirror because it's now laying against the table, so he's going to lean it.
Yeah.
He's going to put it back over facing the bookshelf, so we can't look at it.
And Ivy gets sucked right back in.
Nibarlin, you could call out to the book in Celestial as well.
Boy,
Did you find the book?
Bright looks over at you, Nabarlin, and she says, "Hey, hang on. The light. I really am like, what color was it?
It was. What color was it, DM?
It was purple."
Well, that would have been relevant information to know.
You didn't
Never
ask.
Fuck you. It was purple.
Nabarlin, if you'd be so kind, could you say that one more time, which you just did?
Oh no.
command word.
Yeah.
Why?
I have a feeling that there might be something else hidden in the mirror, and I'd like to have a look at it.
But we don't know if that something else is friendly or not.
Right, but we just defeated a very big monster, didn't we? So we can do that again if need be.
Your contents.
Oh my god.
Great. Great. No
Okay.
talking amongst the party what we're going to do. We just do it.
Okay, then.
Just do it.
Let's take a step back.
Do your contents.
So the mirror drops down again against the desk. Um,
And out
and
spills a Tarask.
well, you're not far from it.
Oh, for the love of fuck.
Closes the door.
Yep, just like, nope.
You dicks.
Out spills a form that looks like a human.
But
A very old human. And as she gets back on her feet and dusts off her robe, she turns around and she says, "All right, who of you was that hawk?"
That was me. Ivy raises her hand.
Listen,
I thought
I've
you were
been in
gonna
there.
kill me.
Well, let's not exclude all of our options just yet. I've been in there for over 20 years, unable to get out. And when I finally see someone entering and I'd like to ask a few questions, maybe send off a message, you just disappear. It's not very friendly.
Well, I didn't that was him. She points to Nabarlin.
Oh, and you might. Oh, hello, Ryan. How are you doing? And who are you, sir?
Is she talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Lord of Barlin Pie Sand II. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Titles,
And you
titles.
are- Titles.
Okay, I never met the first, of course, but I'll do with the second. Nice to meet you. My name is Adana Modera. I'm the Archmage.
Mm.
Oh shit.
Oh, how
This
convenient.
is your office. Did you get stuck in your office? In your mirror?
That is one way to put it, yes.
Wow. Truly you're an inspiration to klutzes everywhere.
how many rings are on her fingers?
You shouldn't speak so bad of yourself. After all, you did join me. She has all fingers covered in rings.
Check out.
She's also holding a very beautiful staff.
I'm gonna need that
Ah.
staff.
I'm gonna need that stuff, lady.
I think if you look at the staff, you will unmistakably know what that is. That is the inscrutable staff.
I totally just.
Stepping back into the rooms, like ducking under the doorway, and everything's like, I'm gonna need that staff.
You say that to her?
Nah, not yet.
Ryan, um, not to be cur, but why are all of you in my office?
Oh,
And
she
Ryan
doesn't.
very like,
Oh,
she
she
very
doesn't
very
know.
briefly gives an overview of
She
what happened
doesn't
like lately.
know.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
So you got stuck in
So-
there before the meteor struck?
Yes,
She said
apparently
20
so.
years.
Yes, a meteor only hit
So-
20 years ago, didn't it?
The
15.
previous Archmage has been here in the meantime. You are in there, presumed dead. As a
Yeah,
lot of
I
things
think
that don't add up here.
Yeah, also, wait, I'm not there right now.
Hey, Nespip, get your butt over here!
Yeah, where is Nespip?
He ran away. The Tarask was coming out.
Sounds
What
like
happened?
Nespip.
Who's that?
Apparently, that's the Archmage.
Uh,
Well, that's a nifty contraption.
Meet the steward.
Oh. And does this steward have a name?
Nespa.
Nice to meet you. You follow in very big footsteps. But I'm sure you're capable. Welcome to the small council, I imagine.
Yeah, apparently.
How
And you
is
were in
the
that
rest of the
mirror?
council doing?
You were in that mirror for how long?
Just shy of 20 years.
Ryan, could you show the parchment that we found?
I carry a lot of parchment on me. Which one?
The
do you
one we
exactly
found
mean?
of the previous Archmage. Note written the last decade, presumably.
Oh, yes. Adana. I don't wish to. Well, heck with the formalities. There's a letter here that's written in your handwriting, and it doesn't look as if it's very old. Are you sure you've been in the mirror for 20 years? And she looks at it and she says, well, that is my handwriting indeed, but I am very sure that I've been in there for a long time.
you have a simulacrum.
Uh,
You have a simulacrum.
Simulacrum.
Not wizard, so I
I used to have one, but I don't have one active when I step into my mirror. And suddenly you see a realization with her. She says, no, I did. I left the simulacrum behind with specific instructions so that it could use its command word to get me out again.
It clearly did not do that.
But that is strange. My simulacrum should follow any of my orders.
really? Maybe not so quick question for Barry. The letter Nespip found to Granum from Andriana Moderia. That was shortly before the meteor. The meteor hit 15 years ago, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Oh, the
I
simulacrum
love
was
it when
doing
people
some
piece things
letter
together.
writing.
The thick is plotting. The plot is thickening.
The
Do you
thick is plotting.
do you know about all of the stuff happening at the Isle of Skye before the meteor hit?
Oh, well, that's a callback, but yes. Yes, the Isle of Skye was a place where we found a gemstone, if I'm correct, that had some interesting power. It was sent off to the research department, and I distinctly remember that there was something they wanted to use it on. You must have a reason for asking. Why do you ask?
Because you wrote a letter to my mentor talking about finding something interesting in the Isle of Skye and needing the clock tower to look at something. But you apparently, maybe that was your simulacrum that wrote that.
That is not impossible, but that would be strange. That would mean that my simulacrum acted on its own initiative. And it shouldn't.
Was it with you while you were dealing with anything from the Isle of Skye?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I made it after we learned about the Isle of Skye.
What did you use?
What did I use? For what?
To make it? Any material components?
Oh, yes, just the usual that you need for it.
Snow or something, right?
Can I make an insight check if she actually used her? Or maybe she tried something out with delirium? Just out of curiosity. Is inside? There's inside. Ooh, 24.
Heck yeah,
You
baby.
caught exactly what I'm alluding to. Very well done.
So you didn't use anything new from the Isle of Skye to make that simulacrum.
No.
And it wouldn't
Liar.
maybe have caused it to go off the rails, so to say.
The Barlin pulls out a delirium chip and says, "You didn't have to use something like this, did you?"
No, I don't believe I would use something that is still very unknown to us in such a powerful spell. Did I? It did have the same properties, I remember. It could be that I used it for that. Why? Is there something? Oh, you just see the realization dawn on her. Right.
Did the simulacrum cause the collapse of Drakkenheim? The end of the world?
If I can help it.
A delirium simulacrum.
It got delirious.
The entire quest line, everything we've gone through has happened because she decided to cheap out and use some gem she found to make a personal assistant. This entire story happened because of that.
Because hey,
I know
science.
that.
You'll know it, but that's definitely what I'm.
It's a possibility.
That's what I'm thinking right now.
But wait a second. Wait a second. I remember that letter that you were speaking of. That was my correspondence with the master of the clock tower to repair it. Because we found something that might help in the repair of the clock tower, was it not?
Mm,
So
Right.
she did write
He
the letter?
he gets out the letter and starts to look over it again.
But the clock tower is more than just a clock tower.
Oh yes, it's built on a ley line and it's used to interface with all of the realms around us.
Yeah, you wrote that you were preparing to repair it, that you found some components from the Isle of Skye that could be used, and that you are basically kicking her out.
Yes, I remember. And in preparation, I had a chest made with some items that were required to repair the clock tower, including this delirium crystal that we found. That chest, we can very easily check where we have a lucky day. I left that chest in the meeting room right next to this, near the throne. We could just go ahead and take it with
There
us when we
was
go to
no
the clock tower.
Ma'am, maybe we should. It's time for us to show her the throne room. What the fuck's going on in there?
But then she actually wrote the letter, okay.
Oh, whoops.
Ma'am, if you don't mind coming this way, we would like to just to see this throne room here.
Absolutely. She looks behind her for a second at the bookcases, and then she walks into the throne room quickly. Okay. Oh, Ryan, did you do this?
Seems Ryan did it. That's so funny.
Listen, we should have a meeting with the other professors that we really should clean up after ourselves when we're doing magical practice.
What professor?
Hmm?
What professor?
Oh, Ryan and the other professors. Like, they should clean up after themselves.
Yeah, but a good handful of them are dead.
Well, serves them right for not cleaning up after themselves.
What exactly do you make of this,
I love
Archmage?
her.
It's not active right now. I'd say this is... It's used to make a connection to another plane.
There are 3 more downstairs in the study rooms and stuff.
Oh yes, the ones in the study room are used to practice summoning.
Yeah, there's some fairly angry demons trapped in them currently.
Well, they shouldn't act on themselves. This meteor that hit the tower, did that disrupt anything?
Everything? Have you had a look at
They brought-
Drakkenheim?
No. Let's come on. Let's have a walk outside. She says as she walks over to the door, and places her hand on the door, and it unlocks.
I follow her into the darkness.
Is Ryan staying in the office?
No, she's probably going to join.
Has there been any change with what Naparlin's doing?
Yeah, the book is becoming more and more unstable as people are walking away.
Unstable?
Yeah, as in like it's dissolving right in front of you.
Ah, shit.
I mean, we could take the Archmage back in there. I mean, she'd probably put the spell on it.
I will yell out then. Everyone to. I'll use thaumaturgy and yell out for everyone to stop as they start walking. Because is it obvious that I can correlate? This is the thing. It's like, can I? Well, then I will yell for them to wait as they start walking away.
He
Yes,
always,
Mr. Nabalan II.
he always had a booming voice.
I have to ask about the Celestial Codex.
What of it? Why do you even know I have that?
Saw it sitting in there. As you, it seems to be shifting. Is that you're doing?
Well, it shouldn't be. Allow me. And she walks over and like takes a peek inside again. And as you see that she looks over at the book, she says, "Did you do that?"
Nope. I was asking. That's why I was asking you.
Well, that book is very important and very expensive. It is a first print, and it's one of my favorite books, to be honest. I like to do some light reading outside of my personal curriculum. And by the way, the book doesn't look like light reading. And she says, that book is very special to me, and I left it in my own little domain. Why it's still teetering over here, I have no clue, but we can fix that. Do you need it for something?
I was just looking at, just like you. I was looking for some light reading about some different pursuits that I was told that this is a great wealth of knowledge on religious factions within the city.
What is my
Well, I
knowledge
do.
of this Archmage?
Um, I mean, probably quite a bit. Like it's a name, like and a big one. So
Yeah, but
you know,
she was gone before, slightly before I was born.
yeah. But I mean, like archmages in school, in magic schools in D&D are kind of like, you know, when we talk about Isaac Newton, like, you know, one of the big forefathers of knowledge. The
So
archmages hold a similar status.
honorable, fair, decent, frantic, confused.
Think Dumbledore. So like
In that
hearts in the right
case,
place,
yeah.
mind not so much.
In that case,
It's eccentric.
in that case,
yeah.
pretty much blocking the door with his entire form. Atoli would talk and Nabal and you.
I mean, that's what I've described as pretty. is pretty. She was about to say something. So what was she about to say?
Oh, she was walking over to the book to basically get it for you.
Oh, well, there you go. I will not stop
So
her.
So she walks over and she says, as she like almost reaches for the book, she stops. She says, "It's interesting. You're not a religious man, are you?"
My father is, and
That is the Nabalan the
it's it,
First.
the brother first is actually my grandfather. He was kind of the progenitor. He really helped set up the religion in our family, and my father follows in his footsteps. My calling was a little different, but my experiences here have really shown me the value of the religion.
All right. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, you can borrow it if you'd like to. And she reaches for the book to basically grab it for you, apparently using a spell to lock it to this world.
What
And
spell?
as she touches,
What spell? Like, does
she
she mouth it or speak it?
I mean, it's a spell I don't think you know because it's quite high, but she uses a planar binding spell.
Well, I could still determine what she's saying.
Give me an Arcana check to see how much you catch from that.
No, I have a feat that says if I understand the language, I know it. What?
Oh, that's true. In that case, she uses the vocal string that she needs for a planar binding spell.
I don't want to be that guy, but also Magic and D&D, the actual vocal component isn't necessarily the same thing for person to person. It's very much what you need to verbalize the intent to cast a spell. So, what she's
It's
saying,
not really a language.
yeah, it's so what she's saying. And I think the closest language actually is Draconic. So even actually, it might actually make sense that he understands it. Never mind.
So as she touches the book to basically do this, all of a sudden she just jolts up. And she looks over at you and she says, "What did you do?"
I haven't done anything. I couldn't grab the book.
And the book itself materializes in this plane. It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
The
But
Archmage, not so much. As she crumbles away.
She
And she falls to the ground.
crumbles away.
And she falls to the ground in a pile of snow.
No, wait, she was a simulacrum? How many simulacrums are there?
it totally rushes in to grab the staff before it hits the ground.
Is the staff there?
Yep. It falls onto the pile of snow.
Brian will toss that staff.
No.
He'll toss the staff to Tolly and grab the book.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it totally rushes in to grab it before it hits the ground.
This is the
Okay.
ideal outcome.
What the fuck? So we've been talking. So actually, the simulacrum was the one who got stuck in the thing, and the real one has been out. Was the actual? It makes a lot of sense why she's acting so flighty now, and also why she would get stuck in her own.
I love simulacrums. They're so fucking funny.
Am I able to grab the book now?
Yes, the book is very physical right now.
All right, I will grab the book, and I totally, like I said, I toss the staff to Atoli.
Okay. The staff itself is honestly, like looking at it, it's not a bad staff, but it isn't that like shimmeringly beautiful or whatever. It's pretty in its normalcy. I have a picture of it somewhere, so let me quickly grab that for you. Let's see.
Just like the pieces of 8. pieces of whatever the crap we had lying around at the time.
It's a little better than that, but
We need an inscrutable staff. This stick.
I always forget where I got this.
Now I have a book and a, and a staff. Oh, I just need some robes, and I'm an actual wizard.
Almost there.
Yeah,
Years of training.
years of training, and it all led to this. Yes, I skipped all the exams.
That would make a great D&D character, someone who just beat up a wizard, stole his staff, book, and hat.
Oh shit.
Are you a wizard of sorts?
With a fake beard.
Don't know how to use the staff or spells. It literally just slaps with the staff.
That's what it is.
Oh well, that's still lovely though. That's a nice staff.
Yeah, it's normal, but it's pretty.
It's nice and simple.
I imagine you also want to know what it does.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah. So you can wield it as a magic quarterstaff, and it'll grant you a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. So that is a physical attack with the staff.
Wow.
While you're holding it, you also gain a +2 bonus to spell attack rolls and your spell save DC.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'm already resistant to spells, so.
The staff itself has 20 charges, and it regains 2d10 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge, you need to roll a d20, and on a 1, the staff triggers a random arcane anomaly. On a 20, the staff suddenly regains 1d10 charges. So that's a gamble. While you're holding the staff, you can use an action to expend some of the charges to cast one of the following spells from this staff, using your spell save DC and your own casting ability. You can cast the following: Haste, which costs 3, Slow, which costs 3, Arcane Eye, which costs 4, Dimension Door, that costs 4, Arcane Hand, which is not the same as Mage Hand, which costs 5, Wall of Force, which costs 5, Disintegrate, which costs 6, Reverse Gravity, which costs 7, and Maze, which costs 8.
Maze?
You can also use an action to cast one of the following spells from the staff without using any charges, which are Detect Magic, Floating Disc, Mage Armor, Mending, Message, and Misty Step.
Damn.
That's a list.
Yeah, this thing is really cool.
I'm gonna hold on to this. Just,
Oh yeah, and the only one that can use this thing are either a sorcerer, a warlock, or a wizard. Which makes sense.
No.
Oh, no. Man, that was the typical hunter from World of Warcraft response there. It's like, no, that's a hunter weapon. That's mine.
Oh man.
Also,
Congratulations, I guess.
Nabarla in a completely unfazed by the fact that we're just like, all right, here we go. Let's get our shit, get out of here.
Oh, look, guys, the stuff.
Although, why'd the simulacrum have it and not the real Archmage?
Ah, good question.
That is actually something that I would wonder.
For some reason, Simulacrum started to think it was the person.
You think it was the person and that she just turned to snow?
No, the Simulacrum started to think it was the real person.
Oh, gotcha. Because she was in there for 20 years. I mean, what else? I mean,
yeah. Maybe she has gone insane. Maybe something weird happened. I mean, the real Archmage probably did the fancy paint circle here on the floor.
Well, I mean, this is a teleport circle. Actually, is this like would Nabarla? Because he's been looking for the teleport circle. He knows teleport circles. This is a teleport circle, right?
Yes.
Okay, you just can't use it because it's in the haze.
It's not entirely true.
Well,
teleport circles.
You can use it in the haze.
Yeah, in the haze. you can use it to another place in the haze. Outside the haze, you can still use it. It's going to hurt though, and it doesn't do what you want.
I have the book, and I don't. At a quick glance, because this is not really time or place to him do some intense reading. At a quick glance, can you give me some cursory information about what he might glean from opening it?
Yeah, there's basically a whole theatrus on the Sacred Flame, and it covers a couple of very important people. It covers, for example, the first and foremost paladin. It covers their weapons that they had. It covers the fact that they were astride a dragon. And it has some things about the tenets of the faith and whatnot. So it's in between like a Bible, if you will, and an encyclopedia.
I'll have to that and read it at a more conducive time period.
Ryan is out there
Mhm.
eating
A Barlinberry?
like like a bran bar. Ryan strikes me as a person who would eat a bran bar.
Yeah, she totally is.
Ryan, I
She's
got
got
some
granola bar written all over her.
good news.
And some bad
Um,
news.
Yes.
The book that I was looking for, it's fine. It's now within our our reality. Bad
So
news
you're stealing
is
it, I guess.
no, I'm protecting it.
Ah,
The
Are
bad
you sure your name
news.
isn't Robin Hood? Yes.
I'm
Bad
stealing
news
from the witch.
is the Adina, she turned to snow. Anyway, so we should go to the Nexus now.
Oh, hang on. And she looks inside. And she sees like this pile of now melting snow. Oh. Atoli.
Hmm?
Question. Since you did skip a couple of my classes, I do remember. What would explain the
in
fact that there is a pile of snow there?
in my defense, I didn't skip them. I was kind of tortured in the basement.
Did you get a note?
Did you get
Fair.
Honestly.
I mean, he knows better than to argue with her at this point, so he just turns around and, well, a disintegration of a simulacrum, I'd assume.
All right. So you did study down there. Good.
Sure.
Yes. Interestingly enough, it was a simulacrum. I'll have to think about that. I see you caught her staff. Are you intending to keep that?
Yes.
Well, I'd be remiss if I'd say that I don't really mind, but that thing is really powerful.
Can sense it.
And that might cause some problems if you're wielding it.
Well, I have no intentions of misusing it.
I hope not. But it still poses a bit of a threat for us.
So does the haze.
Ryan,
I
why
don't
is
really
it a
see how those two are correlated.
A threat is a
why
threat.
is it why is it a threat if he's wielding it?
Okay. I guess I have to explain myself again. Why are we here?
Because Drakkenheim has gone to the seventh plane.
Narrow it down a little bit. Let's focus on the things that are really important. Drakkenheim is one thing, but let's focus on what's really important.
Why are we here at this tower? I guess at this point we're here to go check on the Nexus, I assume.
Yes. And
And
To recover lost artifacts.
yes, very well. And who is also doing that?
You are.
Well, yes, but I'm not that important. But thank you for thinking of me.
literally everyone else in Drakkenheim. And I think you're getting at the academy. Am I correct?
So, what are we painting on our backs when we hold the staff that they really want to have?
Did you miss the whole point about us getting almost blown up by the Queensman? We already have a target on our back.
Right. So, why make two of them?
Because any more power that we can get between our hands is also more power to defend ourselves and gather more allies to our cause. Don't tell me this staff doesn't wield any kind of people that is decidedly willing to follow whoever wields it.
You'd be surprised at how difficult the academy can be when it comes to that. The Archmage is the one who wields this staff,
And
you
now I'm
are
the
not an
Archmage.
Well, we can make that happen, but you'd have to be officially sanctioned by the Amethyst Academy.
But the Amethyst Academy doesn't operate here anymore.
Not yet.
Maybe not
I am-
ever.
I'm gonna cut the chase. What would you prefer us do with it at this very moment, right now?
Well, we have to safeguard it. We can't just leave it well enough alone. We can't just drop it in the office and close the door. But if you're holding it, the Amethyst Academy might come after you, and by extension, after all of us.
Nobody knows you're here.
That's not entirely true.
Have you told?
And as you ask that, you feel a little flicker of energy behind you in the teleport circle. And you hear a voice that says, "Well, she told me."
I figured.
I'm proud of you, Atoli. I wasn't expecting that to be my first thing to say when I would have laid eyes upon you, seeing as what happened to you, but here we are. You and your friends. You've done a great thing today.
And
You
none of you
have-
believed me whenever I spoke about it.
I'm not going to mince words. We were wrong, Atoli.
What is it that you want?
Oh, Atoli, it's not important what I want, but it is important what the Academy wants. The Academy wants to restore order and balance. They want to make sure that Drakkenheim will not fester and boil and bring this planet to ruin. And you know as well as I do that the Amethyst Academy is the only group that can make that happen. The others are grasping at straws, but with our combined power and effort, we can seal this city and make sure that it doesn't fester over the planet.
Does he actually believe what he's saying?
Are you asking for an insight check?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hold on a sec, because I believe
We're doing that.
I have advantage
Bros-
on that as well. No, go on.
I was gonna put the mirror back up, and
Oh, wow.
Wow.
he's like, "Look, Eldrick, where have you been this whole time?"
Conducting a lot of business.
And where did you, the bomb, where did you put that?
I lost it.
Yeah. And as you can
No
probably
shit.
imagine, I haven't lost anything yet in this place. Of significance, at least, other than the remaining vestiges of my humanity. So you'll spare me if I don't wish to directly give up the staff.
I'm not here to ask you to give up the staff, Atoli. But I am asking you something else.
Speak.
I will say it came as a surprise to me when The council, the cabal, asked me to confer something to you that was way beyond what I ever thought would be offered to, well, to you. And I don't mean that in a negative way. But the thing is, the things that have happened to Atoli would create a wedge between you and the Academy.
Really?
But Atoli, no. Atoli Serpentis, that is your true name. Would you accept an official position within the Academy? We would like to welcome you into our ranks. That way, we can accept you wielding the staff, borrowing it from the Academy, of course, for the time being, as you conduct your business.
That's all he can't help but trying to choke out a smile, but he's quite clearly grinning. It's unbelievable.
I know.
You're asking me to bind me to those who tortured me. You're asking me to once again settle within the ranks and confines of people who cannot be trusted.
Not settle with them. Rise above it. I'm offering you a seat at the head. You can be part of the cabal.
I don't see how that changes anything.
You can be the change. The old Academy was wrong, and they have done a lot of things which are shady at best. But that is history. The meteor changed everything. Seats have been changed, people have died. The new order is ready to grasp the reins of the Academy. What better way to show that we have thrown off our shackles and we're starting a new age than to put you at the table?
Should I decline?
Then I would be very sad, and I will have to inform the rest of the Academy that you do not wish to go forth. Obviously, I will have to ask for the staff back. It is property of the Academy, and if it's wielded by someone who is not part of the Academy, that is a problem.
The Academy will always rest within me whether I want to.
Well,
However,
then why not make it official?
however, make you a deal instead.
I did not like the fact that there was a template there.
Anyway, I'll make you a deal instead.
Yes.
Once the business here in Drakkenheim is done, Hayes is cured or taken care of, I'll give you the staff back.
That is the intention, yes. So, if you formally join the Academy...
I will proceed to use the staff to the ends of clearing Drakkenheim. And then I will return the staff to the Academy. And the Academy will leave Drakkenheim.
You're asking the Academy to leave?
Yes. Once Drakkenheim has been cleansed, and everybody back on Drakkenheim is back in restoration mode, there's no longer need for the Academy to be here. You have caused a lot more grievances than
Eldrick,
any good.
I think at this point, Nebron's going to step in. Eldrick, I think from what you told us, your intention is to study the meteor and delirium. What if we were to make it so that you could study the delirium all you want to, even if it is somewhere else?
Everything we stand above today, right now, has been caused by the Academy. The new one or the old one doesn't matter. No one in this place will ever have faith in the Academy again.
We did not cause this.
Well, we found evidence of otherwise.
And what evidence is this?
Studied the crystal from the Isle of Skye. You manipulated the planes. For God's sake, Eldrick, look around you.
If that is truly what you think, then you are misguided.
Then why don't you explain it?
The crystal that came down on the Isle of Skye was a smaller meteor. It was a forewarning of what was to come. We saw it as an anomaly, indeed, something from a different plane as we were experimenting with it. We did some experiments on the crystal, noticed its properties, its power, and then left it for what it is.
But you didn't leave it.
Well, we took it with us, but that is what we did. Nothing more.
But you knew it was dangerous. You knew the capabilities of it. You
We
knew
were
it was
studying it.
corruptive.
That part we didn't know yet until it was too late.
Exactly. So instead of disintegrating the threat, neutralizing it, containing it, you kept on experimenting with it. You caused the death of Drakkenheim.
If only it were that simple, but it isn't. I'm afraid no one is to blame for the meteor.
That is what someone
I can
say. Yep. That was above table.
I can show you. The Archmage has a telescope. The telescope is just outside, which, by the way, above table, I've been looking for that thing ever since on the maps. It's not there. So it's out.
But
out
it's there.
somewhere. Yeah.
And Barry, you'll notice that
Yeah.
while they were all talking, he was doing detect magic. Is this simulacrum or is this the actual Ildrick?
This is the actual Eldrick.
Okay, then.
Yeah. And also the actual river, by the way, next to him. And he says, if you'd like, you can have a look at the telescope. The telescope itself holds recordings of what it has seen. The last recording of the telescope when it was used was when we saw the meteor coming. We knew the meteor was imminent and striking our planet a mere few hours before it did. Anything before that, we did not know. No one is to blame. We're just all left with the pieces and a way to try and salvage what is possible. We're not out for blood. We're not out for power. We're out for a solution. And with one of the other groups taken out, because, yes, I have heard what happened to the old city guard.
They're still around.
Not much of them.
Finished, but they're still there.
Not enough to stop what is coming.
Oh god.
The matriarch has sent an extra army to Drakkenheim. The Silver Order is going to claim the city unless we prevent it. And they will try and purge the meteor.
They can't.
They will try.
You know who I am now.
Yes.
There are no laws in this place anymore. I could lay claim to what is rightfully mine.
You see a flicker of doubt in his eyes, like, oh, that's a scary statement.
Eldrick?
Yes.
That's a bit out of order, but you mentioned that that the Amethyst Academy only studied the delirium you found. Never like properly used it or something like that.
There might have been a couple of experiments, but nothing too big.
You see the puddle on the floor next to you?
Yes.
That was the simulacrum of Archmage Modera?
Modera.
Modera, yeah.
Okay.
The simulacrum thought she was the real Modera, and also told us that she created a simulacrum using delirium. Do you know anything about that?
No, but if the Archmage deemed it wise to use delirium for that, she must have had her reasons.
Or like every other
If I were in her
mage.
shoes, I wouldn't have done that.
And do you know why the simulacrum would think it was the Archmage?
If it was severed from the Archmage for a long time, it might have gotten confused. It's not a thing that simulacrums do, though, but...
But yet
Is
still
it
you don't
possible
know
that
the effects of the haze on the simulacrums either.
after delirium, is it possible that with casting a simulacrum with delirium, the mind is transferred as well, or swapped, or something like that?
I can't definitively say no, but let's hope that you're wrong.
When was the last
Otherwise,
time you saw your own simulacrum?
Well, that, and I will say that I resort to using delirium for quite a few of my spells because of its abundancy. So, I hope you're wrong.
I guess I'll share with the class that this is no simulacrum.
No. I was just asking him like, when was the last time he saw his own simulacrum?
Oh,
Because we know he has one.
So, Atoli, I have to ask again, are you sure you do not want to place at the head of the
I wish
academy?
to see the recording first before I make anything.
All right. Let's see if the telescope is still there. And unless you want to say anything else to them, they will walk out towards the telescope.
He'll follow behind.
well, Nebron's gonna grab you before you
Oh.
walk too far.
So,
Yeah, he's gonna grab a Tully. If they've left the
Oh.
room, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Like, because Ryan's just standing there.
Clink.
I mean, is Ryan following her, or is she just gonna stand there and look at us?
Ryan is probably going to follow Eldrick.
Okay. I guess I probably use inward language, but I'm gonna explain. Look, I think you and I, we want to. It doesn't sound like they would cooperate in, I guess, curing the haze from Drakkenheim.
I
Sounds
don't.
like they want to leave it.
They want to contain it and keep studying it.
I think what I've seen, I don't think that's going to be a. It'll maybe postpone the end result, but
I don't
not.
even think they have the manpower to make a containment spell.
No. I think our only option is to continue on what
I
we had
said
planned.
I generally have no plan of giving them the staff back till this whole thing is done. And then I wish for them to leave this place entirely.
If what they say about the Silver Order is true, I think my offer is going to be a bit more pertinent.
Cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, let's go.
Quick thing Nestor would have done while others were jumping around. Could he send an unseen servant to the throne and search basically the couch cushions for anything that might have dropped down, for notes, anything lying on the throne itself?
Smart. And no, there's nothing there.
Okay.
There's also
Not
no
even-
crate there that the simulacra was talking about. It's not there.
Not even Electrum or something. No.
Yeah, you find like 2 copper in between the cushions. Like, why not?
Nice.
Lunch money.
So where is this thing that she was talking about?
The telescope. So I was just
Or
quickly looking through the book, like what do they say about it, and I finally see it finally clicks why it isn't on the map, because it says over here, as the door opens, a glimmering area of magical force takes shape, and there is a heaving lurch as panels in the outer wall swing open. And a great telescope of glass and bronze emerges from within, supported by a metallic crane that moves it into position over the outside tower. So this thing is
oh,
just quite literally magically like not there because no one's there. And when you walk in, it sort of like clicks in place. That makes sense that it wasn't on the map. So it's there, but it isn't.
Fancy.
So this is a very large telescope, and it has a couple of runes on top of it. One that looks peculiarly like a little square, one that looks like a little triangle, and another one that looks like a double triangle with a line. Took you a second, but here I can draw the runes. As a matter of fact, it might be easier.
Oh.
So one looks like a little square, one looks like a little triangle, and one looks like a little triangle, two little triangles with a line.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna hit the play button.
You hit the triangular rune. Okay. This is how it's described in the book, man. Like I thought it was really funny. As you play the last recording of the telescope, you see that the record itself was stored the day that the meteor struck. It's on the same day.
Can I go back further?
You can. And as you go back, like there's basically one just about every day. So someone has used this at least for a little while every day. And as you look through them, you can see them honing in on certain stars, certain like cloud formations and whatnot. They're looking at a lot of things. There's nothing there that would indicate that they're looking at a star that's flying across the sky, a meteor that's coming. Only the last recording shows the meteor itself, and you recognize it because it's purple, like it's octarine in color, and it's large in this telescope, indicating that it's close, like too close to even try and do something against this. This should lead you to believe that indeed whoever was looking through this telescope only became aware of this meteor right before it actually was going to strike.
But
But
you said it should lead you to.
yes, I will never say it leads you to believe, because that would mean that I would take player agency away. It should.
Looking at the recordings,
Yes.
the part of the sky where they see the meteor, do any of the previous recordings look at the exactly same part of the sky? So basically, with the knowledge we have now that a meteor was arriving, could we
No.
spot it in earlier recordings, or does it basically just pop up on this part of the sky?
Oh, like that. I'd say if you spend a good bit like trying to decipher if you can see it earlier, you will recognize that what you were able to see it sooner, but they just apparently didn't pick up on it.
How much sooner?
Logically, about 2 weeks.
I have a hard time, really hard time.
and there's
I
it,
also
it's,
don't.
it looks like this.
Yeah, and it's only like at that point that they started seeing it.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing that they would not have noticed, considering they were looking up every day.
I mean, to be fair, like actually scientifically, it's really hard to spot meteorites.
Oh
Like
yeah, no,
really, really,
I know,
really
I know,
hard.
I know.
But
Especially when it's coming from the direction of the sun, it's like a 1.3% chance to spot one. It's scary. We're like, yeah, we know all the things moving in our universe. No, we don't.
Dude, we barely know 2% of what's.
Yeah.
Well, what's y'all's thought then? Because I don't say anything until Actually, I guess that'd probably be a perception roll if it's noticeable.
I mean, feel free to roll it.
And completely
Oh,
out.
I got 27, so I definitely see. I'm assuming I definitely see the
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So
Nesbit
let's
start. Oh, sorry.
so if I'm looking through it, the Barlin could see it from back here. It's a bit more obvious to him. In which case, like y'all didn't see that?
Is that a question you asked to them?
Yeah.
Well, I'm no astrologer. I've never really taken an interest in it, but apparently they didn't. I would not dare say that the Archmage would keep this silent for something that has such an impact. I mean, it destroyed our tower.
Well, definitely an impact, all right.
I don't trust it. Can Nesbit start looking for tamper marks on the telescope itself? Like panels that have been recently opened, modifications that seem weird.
Yeah, you can use either an investigation check, or if your tool proficiency is higher, you can use your tools.
What is my tool proficiency? That's better with. Where's my. There. Okay, we'll do investigation. That's only an 18.
It doesn't seem like anything was tampered with.
Oh. Also, here's a real question. Why haven't they shown up before? If they could just use the teleport circle to blip into here like this, why haven't they just shown up before and gotten the staff and all that jazz? Unless, actually, I asked Eldrick, like, Eldrick, why haven't you gotten the staff? It's been, what's taking y'all so long if you can just teleport straight into this tower?
I wasn't able to teleport into the tower.
You just did it.
Yes, I could do it now.
I couldn't you back then.
Tower was locked.
You have fixed a conduit or something. There was an interference with this circle. I'm not sure what it was, but it's possible to teleport in now. So we figured that's...
Tower was locked. Okay.
Well, that means the queen could technically.
If the queen knows how to teleport to the master's office, then yes, but I know she is a magic user, but she's not that advanced, I'd say.
I was about to say Ryan's is the fucking queen, but she used banishment, so I don't think the queen can do banishment. Actually, you know what?
Ryan just like eats her granola bar, and she says, "Wait, so the queen is a magic user?"
Also, I should have detect magic up. Does Ryan look Does she look like what I've seen the queen look like?
No, but she is covered head to toe, like in a magical aura.
Is the aura chaining to where her armor is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another quick question. On what day did the meteor hit?
Yes. Hang on.
That one. The one that ends in Y.
That would have been September 16th.
Okay, the letter with the tower is with the clock tower is from September the 13th.
Yep, 3 days before.
Oh yeah, it sounds like they might have just seen it, wrote the letter.
No, I'm gonna basically say that in the room because at this point I care more about finding out what the actual fuck happened here. Because they've seen the meteorite a couple of hours before they hit, and they were like, "Oh shit, let's grab everything and get out." Probably most of the wizards. But why did the meteor strike specifically the tower, and specifically, uh, basically on the days where you started to investigate the delirium? That's what's weird to me. Why would it specifically strike the tower, not somewhere else, or not in the ocean, but specifically here? I feel like we're something is missing.
It was drawn here.
Worse than
Yeah.
that,
100%.
right?
It was drawn here.
You have seen the big magic circle in the main chamber. That Nope, I don't think somebody drew that just for fun. It must have been, and since the tower was locked and even you couldn't teleport in, it must have been drawn before the meteor hit.
If what you're saying is true, that means that a very powerful choice was made that doomed this entire planet. I'd find that hard to believe. The Amethyst Academy has its ways, but we don't go that far.
He points to Atoli. Uh, are you sure about that? That you wouldn't go that far?
Look, I think we're all sitting here talking. There's a bigger issue right here. Ryan, you mentioned something about Nexus and something going on with it. We're up here. There's no Nexus.
There's still staircases leading up for.
Oh, I thought this was like the roof.
Nope. There's a
No,
little.
there's one more platform up, but the platform doesn't cover the entire tower.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Should we? That, that's like the only last. I feel like we need to look at the Nexus. I feel like if anything has to do something with the meteor, it's gonna be the magical artifact that's capable of drawing power from other planes and stuff like that.
Well, that is the other reason why me and River are here. The Nexus is acting up. I'm sure you will notice as well, Ryan, and while you're not officially part of the Amethyst Academy anymore, you know how the Nexus operates. We're gonna need our combined power to stop this thing. And I think you
Yeah.
will need to help out as well.
Yeah.
That's I enjoy the pontificating on when the meteor hit, but I think right now that might be the more prudent course of action.
Eldrick looks at Tony once more and he says, "You're gonna have to forgive me, but I have to ask. I do have my agenda. Are you sure you do not wish to join the Academy? Vindicate yourself. Show that you have
Whoa!
your own
Hold up,
credentials."
Eldrick. Hold up. Vindicate myself?
Yes.
You want me to throw my lot in with the people who basically experimented on me daily, tortured me, and then I have to vindicate myself and join up with you guys simply because
Show
I
that-
obtained your little artifact.
No. It's not that. Regardless of the staff, I would have still offered you this. You have been through hell and back. And with the new change in the Academy, you are exemplary of vigilance and strength and doing the right thing even after all the adversaries that were thrown at you. That example is what the Academy should stand for and what we want to stand for. Those that have experimented on you, those that have did you wrong are no longer here.
So, you're offering me the position of Archmage in Drakkenheim.
I cannot offer you the position of Archmage. That is up to the Cabal. I can offer you a seat at that table as that vote comes down. And between you and me, you have a very hefty chance of getting the position. But I cannot speak for it myself.
Let me put it this way. The position is vacant, which seemingly is. I have the inscrutable staff. I have done all these things that you say that I have. Then, yes, if the position is mine, I will join and take it. Other than that, you can tell the Cabal no. And I'm still keeping.
It sounds like Eldrick, for the time being, perhaps Atoli can perform the duties of Archmage in an acting capacity until the official position has been sorted out.
We will leave it as it is for now. I could not have hoped for a better solution at present, and I am thankful for your understanding.
Now, if you don't mind, I would like to make sure that the plane shifting vortex above us doesn't blow up. Can we please, for the love of God, go up there? Or for the love of Father, go up there?
Your father is God?
Ryan puts away the wrapper of her granola bar and she is like, listen, it's been going in acting for the last 15 years. It's probably not going to blow up just right now. Like, you know, we already had bad luck with the meteor once. I don't think we're going to have that bad luck again. But sure,
Right.
let's head up there.
Ryan, I appreciate your optimism, but for some reason, things always seem to happen whenever we walk by them, and I don't want to take that risk anymore. It's like there's some sort of master of fate.
Unseen. You know what, when you think about it, that is actually such a dick move to do. Yeah.
Somebody poking the buttons just as the group comes by. It's like.
All right, so all of you want to go upstairs?
Yeah.
Ish.
Alrighty. Fun.
Nexus.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Contraption
It's spinny up
time.
here.
Oh, this is Nespip's business. This is Nespip's business.
Yeah.
So as you walk upstairs, you see this giant machine, and it is a gigantic and incomprehensible arcane apparatus at first glance. It whirs, it clicks, it hums upon an obsidian plinth in the center of this place. There's revolving rings of brass, rotating golden plates embossed with diagrams of magical formula, whirling crystal lenses, spinning bronze rings etched with markings bearing out the movement of the planes, receptacles bearing lambent glass orbs of various colors and sizes, and delicate brass instruments orbit around a pulsing sphere of collecting energy. It glows with a strange prismatic light as it erratically convulses and emits sporadic arcs of arcane plasma that send shudders and shakes through the place that you are right now. Surrounding the machine are 8 massive cushioned seats, held aloft by articulated bronze arms. Levers, buttons, switches, and plates that glow with magical runes are built into the armrests, and an array of telescoping apertures and lenses are affixed to the headrests with jointed metal rods. Seated within each is a warped and barely recognizable, lifeless body.
Oh shit.
The area above looks like a massive dome made from interlocking glass panes in organic shapes, though it's not really there. But as you look at it, you see that each gazes upon a different alien sky, and booming lightning crackles above. The rest over here is ringed with shelves holding jars of spell components and eldritch curiosities. And as Eldrick points towards the machine, he says, well, there you have it. That is the Nexus.
And it's
What does
corrupted.
this- What's it supposed to do?
Well, when it works, The Nexus allows us to look at other dimensions, study them, interact with it, and then close the rift again. It's very safe, I assure you. However, with the meteor, the interfacing has collapsed a bit. And the vortex that is in the middle of the Nexus right now is something that is behaving erratically. Now, I don't want you to be alarmed, but my sources indicate that if we do not close the Nexus within the next half year, it might open up a more permanent portal to one of the other planes, the size of most of our planet. This thing needs to be closed.
Couldn't
This
we
is on a
let-
ley line. What exactly is that going to entail for the rest of here?
Well, we just need to close it, and when it's closed, we can, once Drakkenheim is under control,
We are not
reuse
reopening
for-
it.
Fine, as long as we're closing it.
I'm assuming that that you sort know how to close it.
Yes. We need to use all 8 of the chairs at the same time, and we need to use the Ryan, can you explain? And Ryan just stands there with their hand in her side, and she's like, I've used it once, and there's a lot of buttons, and you need to press one, and then it closes. It's something like that. You should know, you've used this thing a few times before. Well, it's like what Ryan said. You press a button, and then when you do that at the same time, supposedly the rift closes, right? Yes.
Is there a you said there was a dead person on one of the chairs?
All of the chairs contain
It's
dead
all
persons.
of the chairs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so people were trying to do something with this thing when,
Eldrick, I will draw attention. Probably draw attention to the dead corpses. Are these corpses preserved, or are they like French fried?
they're like warped and fried. Like, it's not a pretty sight. Like, you can barely see it's still a body.
Okay.
So icky.
Eldrick, what would cause this to happen?
Oh, a meteor impact.
But it didn't impact here.
No, but the energies interface with the Nexus, and I think a couple of arcs jolted from the Nexus when they were interfacing with it, and well, this resulted. Coincidentally, Atoli, this is why I said that the Cabal has a few openings.
Oh God. Okay. Nespit. I there's only one I trust here that can handle stuff like this. What do you
That's
think?
what I think we should find an operating manual.
Okay.
He starts to look through the bookshelves here on the corner for manuals and schematics.
He's like, we need the instructions.
How to do interplanar Rift 101 or something.
Yeah, Nexus for Dummies. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Nexus for Dummies.
that is a book that actually exists. It's nothing about like this kind of Nexus though, but like there is no manual.
I guess
Damn
that's-
it.
Of course, there's no manual.
The Baron will just kind of talk into the ether. Fritz, does your pipe have any ideas?
The ether does not respond.
That's what
Does
that's
not
okay.
respond.
Fritz is not here right now. Leave a message.
That's what I figured.
Fritz can't come to the phone right now.
Okay then. So are we all still level 9?
Yeah, we
I
haven't.
leveled myself up.
But
Are we
not.
not
We're
leveled up?
no. We did it
Yeah.
last time so that we could get imported as soon as we've completed the session, basically.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Good
okay.
point. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if because you mentioned when we find the staff, and I didn't know because that would make a difference in how I approach this next next portion. But if we're also level 9, then I will continue on. Um, uh,
is it like really big difference? Like, shoot me a message on like what you're doing because like I'll consider
oh,
it. Like, if
it's
it,
not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
oh,
I just got a feeling that it might it'll
Oh my god.
it's the level up.
okay, got it.
I got a feeling we're gonna need some help with this.
Regardless of the level up, you're allowed to do that for once.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are the mechanisms to where the Ryan, where's the control panels this thing?
Oh, she sounds very low of all of them. The control panels. Oh, they're in the chairs. So we need all of us. We're going to sit in the chairs, and then we activate the chairs at the same time, and the Nexus shuts down.
That's simple, huh?
We tend to not build our technology too difficult. Yes, there's a lot of things on our minds already. We do not want to make the technology more difficult than it needs to be.
I guess I'll eyeball this chair. How is it? Is there any sort of indication of how it can be controlled?
There's a whole bunch of buttons and levers and whiz and like whirs and gizmos on there. You're probably gonna have to press something, and there's hopefully a logic to it.
Hopefully a
Nesbit look at
logic
the
to it.
can Nesbit look at the panel and spot like an emergency stop button or something.
Love it.
Now there are a couple of provisions with this thing that are along those lines. So I would say, hang on, let me quickly look that up. What is your what skill would you use to find that button?
Uh, there isn't directly a tinker skill, so I either basically tinker tools check or arcana or investigation. I feel like those are the most similar to figuring stuff like that out.
So your Tinker's tools are actually admissible here. They're quite literally in the description. So you can use your Tinker's tools or your Arcana. And it's like a check.
They're
And
both the same. I think
Nibarlin will give Nispip a little reassuring pound in the back, and you got this, buddy.
I hope so.
So you can
Cast
add
guidance?
You can add a D4, a D4 to it.
Okay, then I will actually use the Tinker's tools to maybe slowly open up some panels and see where the biggest, fattest cables go to, or markings and stuff like that. So,
Oh,
nice.
yes,
Dude!
Okay. Ryan wasn't lying. The technology is actually not that difficult. It's just convoluted. So you know how this thing works in terms of shutting it down. Like, how to actually operate it is another thing entirely. But to shut this down, yeah, this makes sense. This thing will shut down once all of the chairs shut down. So you need to shut down the chairs, and then this thing will close. All of the chairs are currently still in the actionable state. You need to make them unactionable. However you do that, yeah, as long as you just turn them inactionable.
Nispip, you want to take another look, see if you can make them inactionable?
Oh, and one more thing. You can't do it one after another. You can do it one after another, but you can't just like destroy one, walk to the next one, destroy one. That won't work.
They have to be destroyed at the same time.
More or less. There might be a little interval, but like if there's too long of an interval, or if one destroyed while the others are still up, that will trigger something nasty.
Okay,
Something
so
nasty.
is it just you say destroy? What if we just literally destroy the chairs?
I feel like
This is a question to, I guess I'll be asking Ryan or whoever.
I'd be in favor of trying to interface with it and shut it down gracefully. If we destroy it, we might unleash some of the collected energy that has been collecting here over the last 15 years.
Oh, okay. Let's not do that. Is there any? Uh,
What about
Are
an
there any
elec-
like connectors, wire connectors, like a big fat connector to one of the chairs or to each of the
No.
chairs that you could pull at the same time?
No, but what about
And we unplug it.
Nespit? What about an electrical current? If this is an interface, it runs on something. You could tie them all up and I don't know, overload it.
Fry the system.
all right. Nessa, do you have any? Is there any indication of how to turn off the chair?
I mean,
Yes, Barry. Would he have seen any indication of how to do it?
I tried to look at that, so yeah.
So what you've learned so far is the chairs need to be basically turned off. To do so, and with that 20, I'm just basically going to give you the description. So
Do they
you will need
swivel?
to basically reboot. Yeah, they totally can. You can totally move them around if
They
you like.
definitely.
What if you
swivel.
turn them like just turn the backs to the thing?
Because you can see, it doesn't mean it's gone. No,
No, but no, I don't know.
This is this is not the
What does it
voice of
say? Yeah.
whatever
This
talent
is
show
the
that is with the
voice.
roadie.
Yeah. I definitely thought of the voice when there were a bunch of chairs in here.
The voice of Drakkenheim.
Voice of Drakkenheim. Oh god. So so you basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to reboot the Nexus and then you can shut it down because it's currently just basically in stasis. So what you want to do is you want to reboot the chairs, and you can do so by trying to manipulate the chair in any way that you deem fit. There's a lot of options that you can do for this. It's not just Arcana. You can do a lot of different options, but it will come down to a check. If the check is successful, the chair shuts down. If you do them in succession, all of the chairs shut down. You got the Nexus closed. But you're going to need
Right.
all 8 of the chairs to be interfaced.
Braun pulls the corpse out of the chair and hops in it.
You hop in the
Um,
chair?
That's all we got, man.
Oh
It's
my
very
God.
comfortable.
Comfy chair, yo. We got
Um,
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 of us, 3. Wow, how convenient. There's 8 people here.
Ryan like adjusts her helmet as she says, what? We don't have 8 people. There's you
Wait,
4, and then there's us 3.
4. We have 1, 2. Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, a certain someone is missing.
Yeah, if only he wanted to present himself to be helpful to the group for once.
If he shouts in the ether. Do you mind? You don't have to show yourself. Do you mind getting in a chair though?
You're muted.
How fitting, because there is no response.
Oh,
Okay.
oh fuck you.
Ryan kneels down next to Blonde. She's like, "Hello, you're a pretty one."
Yeah. On the.
Mr. Nabalan,
Mhm.
how good is your pet at sitting in a chair?
She can definitely sit in a chair if she needs to. It won't be comfortable because of her tail, but
She could sit in
y'all-
the chair with the best of them.
Can she
imagine,
push your button?
yeah, and like imagine picking up a small horse and putting it into a chair. That's what you're asking right now.
Yep, that's a good visual.
Pony.
Can she press a button?
She sure can, because she's intelligent. Like she's not like super smart, but she's intelligent.
She's not like a druid, you're saying?
No, in fact, she's a little smarter than Druid.
He's not smarter than a druid. What's her intelligence
She's
score?
not, in fact, actually. Intelligence is -1.
Yeah, mine is +0. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just some druids.
Shut
Well
up,
then,
dude.
we have our 8th person. Hop to it.
All right. I
The
call
Barlin
this
pets are-
one.
Ron pats her on the head.
Climb up
says,
on the chair.
You got this, girl.
You got this, girl.
Okay.
Guys, I think when in doubt, just start randomly pressing buttons and hope the machine gets an error and
Okay. And Ivy
So
cranks
no,
the first lever that she sees.
Okay.
please no.
The artificer said to randomly press the buttons.
When we're all ready together. If you have better ideas or figure out how that works, then do that, but
I don't
the
have
last
any better
resort.
ideas. She's already cranking the lever.
Why? Why?
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Random door opens up somewhere. Sure. Let's start with you then. Let me just put you in the chair and
Ah!
Hey,
Why
great.
the battle music?
Fight music.
I love
well,
fight
because
music.
I just opened up the turn-based mode because we're going
Oh,
to do this
okay.
one
I
after
see. I
another.
see.
But we will start with Ivy as she does it first. But I'd like all of you to roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative. Dirty 20.
13.
Wow, 320s.
So glad everyone else can go first, so I know what happens.
Yep, same.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 21 because you said you were going to go first. So why not? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yes.
5, 6. I'm missing
It's
Blondie and
I guess 13 and 12. So 13 for me, and then Blondie will go right after me, so 12.
got it. Let me just put you in.
Oh, River.
Or technically, she goes in the same term as me, so but you know, we're both right there.
Uh, 13, 12, 12. So good. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonderful. All right. So let's start with Miss Ivy. Ivy,
Yeesh.
you're. Let me also just remove the status of the fact that you are prone because you're not.
I'm not proud.
She's been gliding all this time,
Um,
doing the worm,
Just lying on the ground.
doing the worm all the way.
yes, the worm.
So you sit
Turns
into this
into a
chair,
literal worm.
and
All right.
as you sit down, like the
Yes.
armrest sort of like folds in place like a school desk, and there's like buttons and levers and shit. What do you do?
As I'm sitting down, before I pull the lever, I cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
And then I say, which of these feels like it's gonna do the most? And then I go for that lever or that button.
No,
Like the biggest
not
one.
do the most. Shut it down. Do the most would be a
Well, I
nuclear
want-
explosion of mana.
Well, I
So
just I want
big red
like
button.
like it's like the biggest button is the one that is gonna have the most effect.
Okay, that sounds like you're trying to investigate what's the smartest like approach here.
Yeah, for sure.
Roll me an investigation check. That's your check for now.
Oh, I love investigating. It's +0, so I'm gonna roll this and then I'm gonna add a d4 to it.
Yep.
Yes, 19. Ivy, no one say that Ivy's not smart. She's a fucking genius.
No.
And I got a 1. That makes it a 20.
Okay.
All right,
So,
buddies.
so as you look at your panel, there's a whole bunch of buttons and a lever, and as you're looking at it, you notice that there is this one button that's like a little yellowish, and there's a word written on it, which you're like, huh? That's halfling. That's strange. It is written in halfling, but you happen to know halfling. And the button just says
do.
deactivate.
Oh, that looks easy.
Like, oh,
I push it.
it's probably that one. You push it, your chair deactivates. That's one down.
Fuck yeah! Nobody said the druid wasn't smart.
So with you, you're like, the chair is down.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
All right.
Did anybody see
Eldrick,
what she did?
The
I found
chairs
a
are all
button.
different.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no pattern.
I found the off switch. It was really easy.
All right. Eldrick is going to try his turn, and
Come
he
on,
tries to.
Eldrick.
He looks at all of the buttons, and he's like, "Oh God, I always hated technology. I guess."
Wizard, dude.
And he closes he closes his eyes, and he just like hovers his hand above the
Oh, he's
buttons to try and
feeling his way through it.
read like which
Yeah.
one
The
connects to the
energy
nexus the
coming
most.
out, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to do an Arcana check. He's luckily pretty good at
Whoa!
that.
Holy
Shit.
shit.
He
He's got a plus
adds
16 to Arcana.
16. What level is this man?
So he focuses and like he looks, and his hand is hovering above two buttons, and he makes an executive decision like it has to be the right one. So it's the right one. And he presses the right button, and it's the right one. His chair deactivates.
Yay! Eldrick, genius.
Which
as smart as a
which button
druid.
did he press?
He pressed a white button that had a little smiley face on it.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah, baby.
Ryan's turn. And Ryan, who just finished a granola bar, that's going to be a thing with her. I like that.
He is
She
such
looks
a
at this
granola
machine.
girly.
And she's like, well, I'm not even going to pretend I know this because I've never interfaced with this thing. I'm just going to feel over the buttons, and the one that is the softest is the one I'm going to press. So she
The
uses a sleight of hand.
softest?
Yeah.
Sleight of hand? Girl,
Yeah, she's
you're
gonna use a sleight of
terrible
hand.
at sleight of hand. Why'd you use sleight of hand?
And she presses the button.
And it doesn't work.
She presses the button that is also white with a different little smiley face in it. And as she hits it, you see her jolting back in her chair.
Oh no.
As she takes 15 points of psychic damage.
Oh shit.
From pressing the wrong button. And she failed by more than 5, so she becomes stunned for 1 round.
Oh. Done.
Stun. Where are you? There you are.
Is she stunned for her next turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see that the Nexus is reacting to the disbursement of energy into Ryan, and it triggers an arcane anomaly.
No.
Give us the whale. Give us the whale.
Ryan.
Don't give us the, no, don't do that.
As
No,
smart
not
as
the
a
whale.
druid.
No, give us the flower pot. Give us the flower pot.
Flower pot.
So I need a d20. That is a 2.
2. Well, it's not a
that-
1, so that's good at least.
I don't think this matters. I don't think it good or bad. I think that they're all.
No,
kind of
this
mishmashed in
determines
there.
the event.
Yeah, they're kind of like just smatter to get in there.
So you can see like a little jolt of energy coming out of the Nexus, like, and it just hits the ground right next to Ryan, and it forms into a very tiny creature.
Okay.
A spined devil. Why is
There's
it
a
so
little
good at
devil down
rolling
there.
initiative? Good God.
Barnum, your turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell out, Eldrick. Have y'all ever deactivated this before?
Yes.
How often?
Right now.
Whenever we're done.
Okay. I guess I'm asking because Nabarlan's gonna try and determine which one is like worn or whatever, just because you know how the dual push buttons. So it's the.
Oh yeah.
That's
That is cool.
why it's that.
I'd imagine that is an investigation check that you're doing.
Well, I'd say maybe perception to see the difference. Not necessarily. He's not like
Then I'll
looking
allow
for it.
perception. Yep.
Yeah. It was probably 2.
22.
Total.
You are looking at all of the buttons, and there is one where there once was a picture of a triangle, but now it just kind of looks like a line because the rest has been worn off, and you're like, guess it's that one. You press it, And as you press it, the chair turns off.
Yay!
Mhm.
You're fine.
Uh,
All right, Blondie.
You can convey that
Oh no,
same
Blondie.
idea to Blondie.
yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to use a, I guess, bonus action command Blondie to do the same thing I did.
Okay. So you can roll with her stats and a perception check.
How's her wisdom?
Uh, there's 4 here. Oh, good. uh, he has +2, so that is 16. That's 15 +2. So 17 +4 is 21.
All right.
21.
Blondie is intently looking at you what it needs to do, and when you basically convey what it needs to do, it looks for the nearest button that kind of looks worn, and it mashes its nose against it, and the chair deactivates.
Yeah.
Easy, easy. She is smarter than a druid. Look at that. Smart as a druid. How about
No,
that? Smart as a
no.
druid. Smart as a
I
druid.
rolled higher, didn't I? No,
Smart
I
as a
rolled a
druid.
20.
Well, she had a little help.
All right, Nesbit.
I'm currently trying to figure out what my feature does. I've got tool expertise. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check you make that uses your proficiency with a tool. And I'm not sure if they are calculated in there. So if I understand correctly, I would no.
I believe if you use your tools, you basically double your proficiency bonus. I believe that's what that means.
Yeah. But tools with dedicated stats now, so that doesn't work. Still, Nesbit will try to, instead of bothering with the controls itself that seem to be nonsensical with like smiley faces on there, he will, with his Tinker tools, rip out the panel itself, look at the backside, and see where do the two biggest wires go into a single switch. Because with many little wires, that's like
Dude.
something to control. The two big wires, that's something to start or stop something.
I love that description.
Dude. That is win.
So,
What skill are you using for that? Your tools or
Tinker's tools, yeah.
sure.
And unfortunately, he does not have a D4 for this one. That was on Blondie.
That's
Well, he
on
needs it
20.
though. Yeah, need it though.
You rip off the panel, and very clearly there are only two cables. One of them is red and one of them is blue, and you know it's always the red one. So you go for the red one, and it's right. The chair turns off. All right, Atali.
Well, seeing what Nabarlin did, Atoli feels definitely that he has a much bigger chance of also doing it that way with 6 different heads inspecting every button up close.
Makes sense.
On all the sides and everywhere, so he's going to have a look at.
You actually understood what I told Blondie.
Yep. I'll take a roll with perception as
Okay. You look at the buttons with your 6 heads, and you notice that there is a pattern between the buttons, except for one. All of the buttons sort of correlate except for one, and you're like, that's the one to turn it off. Because that would only be one button, right?
That would be
so
the
you press that
yeah.
one.
Oh, he's gonna fail.
Probably.
18 on
And
though.
18 is not high enough.
it's not high enough.
I
You
figured.
actually
You shitting me?
do. Yeah, all of you rolled above 20 so far. You take 17 points of psychic damage.
Woof.
You are not stunned because you didn't fail by much. But you do trigger a arcane anomaly. Can you roll me a d20?
Get a 2 again.
And honestly, as long as you don't roll an 18, 19, or 20, we're fine. Okay.
Why?
Well,
I think we're about to find out.
yeah, the energy inside the Nexus swirls very violently, and for a very brief moment turns yellow,
Ooh.
and it jolts out a bolt of energy, which lands just beside you, just beside you on the ground.
Maybe perhaps on top of the little critter.
Making what? What is it? What the
Um,
fuck?
A Yaklo.
yeah, that's a Yaklo.
LOL. An LOL.
That's a fiend.
Okay. Feel like we're not doing the thing we were supposed to be doing.
Um,
Yes.
Quick thing I forgot on my turn. Can I send? I wanted also to send Tali down to the red guy and have him grapple him.
Sure.
If Tali can reach that, he can't. I
You can
would
send
have
him
sent.
closer.
Probably
Yeah,
walling
he
or
has
still below
only
there.
40. He's only 40 movement, so
I mean, he can dash and be there.
yeah, he's gonna dash and just be next to the devil. Sorry.
No worries. All right. We have River. And River is going to use her ingenuity with Arcana as well.
Why do these
As
demons keep rolling such good initiative?
because they're fiends. Fiends have shit high initiative. Like that's the thing that
That's
fiends have.
ridiculous.
Yeah, this is why you don't want to fight like an army of fiends. Always difficult. Um,
We're gonna test that
River
theory here soon, apparently.
Come
will
on,
try to use
River.
her Arcana to fight. Oh, this is not great.
9!
No.
River!
River tried.
Bitch, I thought you were good.
Hey, everyone can fail every once in a while. So she takes 17 points of, that's a lot, 17 points of psychic damage. And she's stunned for a round if that was more than 5.
Yeah. Okay, so her and Ryan are stunned.
And that is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4,
More
5.
fiends!
And a blackish hue gets shot
Oh
out
no.
of the
What did she
nexus and
summon?
lands right over there.
Mezzoloth?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
That's creepy.
I'm learning all these different fiends. I didn't know
All right,
what they were.
top it around. The Yaklaw will.
Where is the Mezzoloth?
The Mazaloth is right next to Blondie.
Oh. What's it doing over there? Didn't River summon it?
Yeah, but like they're randomly determined where they.
Oh, okay. I thought they had to be close to them.
So this one sort of like shambles, slithers over the ground closer to Atoli. And it uses one of these like yellow tentacles, and it sort of like slaps you like right in the chest.
Ow.
Yes, because does a 27 hit?
I want to say no, but you know,
You're not Nespip.
yeah.
We can't all be Nespip.
You take 29 acidic damage.
I am.
Wow.
Damn it. Acidic, not poison.
Fuck.
As it does that,
Wait. Yeah, no. It's yeah.
it also casts a spell right over yonder. And I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Wait, that's spell related, right?
Yes.
So I haven't been. Let me just do that again then. Thank you. That's 18.
That's better. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah.
You are not caught in the web. So that's something. All right. The Spine Devil will need to make this check as well because he's caught in it, because fiends don't care about each other.
How fiendish.
And that is not much. That is a 10. Nope, it is caught in the web. So it will start its turn by trying to get himself loose, which it will. But that does cost him his action. He is going to stroll over yonder.
Nespep. Tali will take an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
I quickly need to find the button. There is a button. That's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And that's nice, 12 force damage.
Ooh. And force damage is definitely going to hurt. Yeah. Nice.
Actually, don't Spine Devils have something about opportunity attacks?
You're not here.
Thought they didn't provoke them, but I might be confusing them with something else.
Oh, yeah, well, they do, but that's through the flyby. So that's only like when they fly. Oh, when they fly out of an enemy's reach. Yeah. But he is currently not flying; he's walking. So I'll allow the attack.
He was also kind of in the web, so.
All right.
His wings were webbed down.
Okay. I need to take my temp HP away because I'm not the girl I mean, I am the girl now. I'm the girl. I'm not the crazy hawk. Okay.
I think you still keep the temp HP actually. At least there's no specific wording that says you lose them when you turn back.
No.
Is there? You retain.
It's just temp HP.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd say that you
Okay.
keep it.
Oh, look at him
Sure.
coming in with a helping hand for
Okay.
once.
I've always taken it away because I just thought it was only when I was in that form, but okay. Right, that's fine. I'm not gonna turn that down, I guess. All right, so I'd really like to not use any spells. This one's over here with Ryan. How far away is that? 30 feet?
Yep.
Thorn Whip is 30 feet. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to stay. Can it move? How far can it move it? Pull it up to 10 feet closer to me. Yeah, that's fine. I am going to use Thorn Whip on this devil that is next to Ryan.
Yes.
And I'm going to move it closer to me or attempt to move it closer to me. And wait, is there a better thing that I could be doing? I don't know. Cantrip. I will. You know what? I feel like these fiends are gonna have crazy bonuses to their attacks. Increasing my armor class by 3 is not gonna save me. Is there anything else I can do as a bonus action that's a leveled spell? Healing Word, but that seems like it wouldn't make much of a difference. I could do my Spirit Totem, but it seems a little early to do the Spirit Totem. And we're also spread out.
That was
How big is it? It's 60 feet. No, it's no, it's 30 feet. It's a 30-foot radius. So how big is that? Can I see that on the
This is about
screen?
45. If you want to hit everyone, that's about 40 to 45.
30 you would only hit if it's placed on you, the seats right next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Unfortunately, it just doesn't make sense when we're so spread out right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna thorn whip him. Let me see if I can hit him. Um, 17.
17 hits.
Okay, good. So I can pull him 10 feet closer to me.
And do some damage.
And do some damage. Yes, 2d6. 5 piercing.
Nice. Damage is damage.
Nice.
And you pull him how much
And
closer?
oh fuck, it's not a weapon.
10 feet,
He
right?
goes 10 feet closer to me.
All right.
Oh man, he's still by Ryan. Fuck that. Ah, fuck. I was trying to make him away from Ryan so she could potentially run, but she can't run because her fucking chair's not done yet. And she's stunned. Sorry, Ryan. I was trying to help you. All right. Well, that's my action. And for my bonus action, I will feel sad about myself.
Was it?
Um,
No. Crying is a free action, if I recall correctly.
Crying is a
Yeah,
free.
if Matt Mercer says it, it must be true.
Crying is a free action. All right. So Ivy just goes, fuck, and then she's done. Because if we haven't
right.
leveled up yet, then I have like no high level spells. I have 3rd levels, but I don't have anything cool at 3rd level. All my stuff is 4th and 5th, but I've used all those slots. So I have to undo my level up, and then my good stuff went away. So yeah, okay, that's my turn.
So the Mesoloth moves over to Nespip, and he will try to stab you with his mercurial trident.
Oh,
Well,
He will try to do so twice. Once for a 19,
shield.
and the other one is going to be for a 26.
Ah, damn it, that hits.
I'll roll it here. That is 20 points of damage, divided between, let me quickly check, because that's 2 types of damages. Do you have any resistance to either piercing or force?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, then it's just 20.
God.
No. Okay.
All right, that is all it's going to do for now. Eldrick was done.
You want to help us out, powerful wizard?
Oh, he is. He's like, that's not good. We need to close this thing immediately. He will, from his chair, he should be able to hit this boy over there. 50 feet, yeah. I'd say so.
Not locked in into our chairs or anything like that, right?
If the chair's deactivated, he can get out because it's basically done, so you can move. He's going to cast a lightning bolt, but he's going to upcast it to. This is serious. He's going to cast it to 7th level.
Fry him.
So that is a DC 22 dexterity saving throw, which this thing is going to have a hard time with.
On what does he cast it?
Huh?
On
Where
which
does he
creature does he
cast
cast
it?
it?
Yeah.
Oh, on the Mesoloth. So the one that just
On the
attacked.
Mesoloth.
Oh, the one that's
just-
right in front of Nespip.
Yeah.
With the lightning
Is
bolt.
he gonna hit Nespip?
Nespip is in the chair, right?
Unless I'm mistaken, I just cast it right.
It stops.
It's
at
a
the
lightning
creature.
bolt. It's a line.
Yeah, I know, but like, oh, it's gonna actually. Yeah, you're in the. No.
Yeah,
you're,
it's
no,
gonna
hang on.
hit him.
No, he should be in the
No.
chair.
See, you should be in the chair.
Yeah.
This should pass you.
Just it like singes your like hair.
Yeah, that's the line,
Calculate it.
that's it.
The Mesoloth has a 17, so fails his dex saving throw. Let's do that.
How much damage? Whoa! Shit, man! That's great.
The Mesaloth is bloodied.
It's actually not that great of a damage roll, too, but still
That could have been a lot
really
more, but
well.
damage is damage.
Yeah.
Ryan forfeits her turn. Nibarlan, you were done, so you can help out.
And the thing I sent you a message about is it? Would
Oh,
you
yes.
allow that? Would you allow that?
Yes.
Yes, boy, let's do it. All right. In that case, the Mesaloth, I will try and finish that sucker off. There's a glowing energy that you see his chest glowing. And Barlin raises up his hand and hurls out a level 3 guiding bolt to the Mesaloth.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
That is a dex saving throw, I believe, right?
No, it's an attack roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and what's my perfect? Since I got to do it manually. +6. All right, let's go. The lucky 2. I'm gonna do lucky, which is good because that has 1. Oh, and that is an actual fucking 20. Okay.
Nice.
All
Then it hits.
right.
I did a natural 1 and then a natural 20.
Oh, you love those combos.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
So that means we have is 66 of damage, and I'll just of radiant damage.
6d6. Nice.
Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's really good damage roll. Pretty good for 66.
And that is radiant. That's just gonna hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, does that do more? Because they're fiends?
Luckily, it doesn't have resistance to it, so it just does normal damage. It is hurting, but it's still standing.
Damn.
Okay.
In which case, if we can get down, I will command Blondie to go bite the shit out of that thing. Then.
Yes, let's do that.
And she will attack. That is a 19 total to hit.
19 will hit on this one. Yes.
Yes, good. Good, Blondie. Good. Oh, it's a +7. Actually, it's higher than that. Oh well. Actually, it's higher than 19. That means that 2d6, 2, 3. That's 5. That's 8 total of, I guess, infused piercing. It's cold infused piercing damage.
That is gonna hurt. It does have resistance to cold, though.
Okay, well, I guess I'll do the first one was 2. The second one was 3. So, having one of them. The second one was the cold damage, so that's 3 half. So 1.5.
Yeah, so 2. 2 and 2. So that's 4 total.
4 plus 3, so 7 total.
7 total. Last legs, but it's still standing.
Damn it! Okay. That's it then.
All right.
Oh, wait, actually,
Navar,
if we can get down, yeah, I'm gonna run over here too.
Sure. Nespip.
Nestle will use his action to. Where is it? Cast Fly on himself. And with his 60 feet of movement, he will fly next to Atoli.
Will trigger an attack of opportunity.
Yes.
Okay. You just want to make sure. That will not be with this weapon, but with this claw. That is going to be a dirty 20.
That
Your
hits.
shield's okay.
Wait, yeah, shield is down.
Your shield is down because it's your turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
His claws aren't that strong though.
I mean, couldn't you still do the shield again?
I have to keep my reaction for something else.
Okay.
That is 12 points of slashing.
Okay. He flies next to Atoli and says, Atoli, you got this. Just focus on the panel for now. I'm gonna help you with that fiend next to you. And Nesbit will also call Tali next to the fiend. I think that should be for... that should be right. I quickly need to... yeah, that should work. And he has Tali attack the fiend. Yeah, Tali will attack the fiend to hopefully draw its attention.
Okay.
So that's a 14 to hit.
Does he have
14
advantage?
does not hit.
Does not hit. Okay,
Does
then
Tali
that's
have
my...
advantage because of...
Like flanking? I don't do flanking.
No.
Oh, you don't do flanking. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Atoli.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but demons
I
respect
don't
power,
know.
right?
If they can be reasoned with, yes.
Well, they're fiends. They talk. Can talk. They understand.
They speak some language, yeah.
I'm assuming one of them would be abyssal.
That's a very fair assumption for most of them.
Well, I do speak abyssal, so I'm gonna go for a little bit of a Hail Mary. And after the thing slapped him across, well, basically the chest, I imagine, and he seared off, Atoli would flare up, angrily speaking in like whatever dark abyssal language, shouting, while simultaneously holding the staff in one hand still, looking down at the tiny fiend, and basically to some extent yelling at it like, you dare. Before anything continues there, I would like to see see if it has a reaction.
Are you trying to intimidate, basically?
I'm trying to glean if it can sense the power that is emanating from him after his transformation, or the amount of power that is actually residing within him with the staff.
If you spoke in Abyssal,
Yes.
it will heed you because it speaks Abyssal. It won't immediately back down.
Will it be redirected, basically?
If you want to say like you attack someone else, you can try.
Yes.
You can try.
We will definitely like. It's not direct intimidation because it's not trying to manipulate it in some sense.
Right. So who's the target? He wants to kill something.
Tali.
So who's he going to kill?
Tali did just try to attack it as well. So it would be.
I'll allow you a persuasion check with advantage because I like the angle. It's fun.
Persuasion advantage. Crap. All right.
Let's see. Oh, hang on. I need to make a counter roll. I could still fuck up. Ty, you need to roll again.
There we go. That's a little better.
And that you win. I got a 12.
Totally.
Okay.
How are you a charisma-based caster, but you have a +2 persuasion?
Because I am versed in investigation and insight. I'm perception
insane.
instead.
So the
But you
Yoklol turns
have
its
good
attention.
charisma.
Yoklol turns its attention to Tali, and it says, "Yes, creepy contraption for the Spider King and Queen. Love demands a sacrifice." And it focuses its attention on Tali.
For this round, I will elect to not re-engage.
All right. And that is turn then?
Yeah.
Or?
Because I kind of can't leave the chair.
No. All right. River is still knocked out.
Yep.
Mm.
But that's the final turn she's knocked out in.
That is correct. So we're going to remove those two. As we are at the top of the round, the Yochlol gets ready to attack Tali as you hear a very strange sound coming from the Nexus itself. It crunches, and you can hear the sound that almost sounds like a horn being blown
Oh
as it's
no.
creaking and groaning and contracting together and expanding. And then
Gonna
you
summon a whole
hear
team for me.
a voice.
Oh shit.
You should have never opened the doors to us. This is our turn. And in the middle of the Nexus, you can see a shape slowly starting to emerge.
Turn it off. Turn the shit off. Turn it off now.
Ah, turn it off! Who is this? Satan!
Oh, hey, it's Dave Grohl.
Satan!
It's Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl. It's Dave Grohl.
It is pretty much the equivalent of a Satan. Like, that is.
Oh
This thing is
my
strong.
god. No.
Hey, is this Fritz? Do you know anything about this guy?
Is this your guy? Is this your pipe guy? All right. So, whose turn is
Actually,
it? Fucking
yes.
demons.
Fritz will appear over the stairs
Oh, he will.
and say, no, I don't think we've met. And he will, I think, just do a summon greater demon right next to that thing.
Oh, son of a!
Just
Oh,
basically,
shit.
out of the mist, an echo of Demogorgon just apparates and tries to tackle that thing.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Get him.
Normally,
And
I would
Fritz-
say
And
no.
Fritz disappears down the stairs again.
This is really good.
You're not even gonna roll initiative. You're just gonna insert yourself and then run away.
Yes, I did my
I'll
part.
allow that.
Don't you have to control it?
He's doing that from the
Well,
shadows.
Yes.
My god, that thing's terrifying.
I think you mean fun.
How many times can you do that?
As
At
many
least
times
once.
as I feel like.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
With two new
Really?
demons added to the playing field, this is going to get a whole lot more interesting, but we're going to pursue that next week.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, how long are we going?
If you want to pull this fight through, that's going to take a little while, so we're going to call it here. But
Yeah.
this is a cool cliffhanger. God, that is
Oh
the
my
second battle
God.
cliffhanger that we've had in 3 sessions.
Oh my
Like,
god.
Yeah, we're really doing a lot of battling these days.
I am like on the cusp of death here. Again.
Yep.
So
That-
since
That thing hurt.
yeah, totally. How many things do you have? How many?
10.
Are you less?
That thing hurt.
Fucking screwed.
No, I
that-
redirected it.
Yeah,
I
your
know,
rolls
but
hit for
still-
66 plus 4, so that's.
Look,
That's insane.
it was like
That's really not good.
speaking epistle right now is coming in clutch. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Also, one thing, I
Yeah.
told you would have need to make another save against web
Yeah, that's
Oh
cool.
yeah,
out of his turn.
right. But I can still talk.
Yeah, like I also quickly looked at the like the description of the Yochlol. And the thing is, like, some demons have like fun, whimsical descriptions on like how they act on the battlefield. Yocklols are one of them, and then they're ambitious demons, so they will either like act like they're speaking on behalf of their master, or they'll be inclined to listen to little things. What that helped you here, because if this was a demon that's just hell bent on destruction, it was like, nope, you're coming down with me. This one is like, yeah, like let's fuck shit up. Let's be a teammate.
Let's fuck shit up.
Which is also why I
God.
couldn't like do something on its back after it just heated me. Because like my way of thinking was that it's tiny in comparison to me.
Yeah.
So not to
This
intimidate,
one's
but
a smaller.
no, it's tiny. Shut up. But yeah, no.
It's tiny. So what's your save against the whip?
Oh, what was that?
Dex save.
Dex saving thing.
yeah, dex
Is
save
it? Would
of
it still be magical,
DC
or is it just difficult terrain now?
No, that's still magical, like because it's magically formed.
30-20.
Another clutch, and you're fine. I saw that one.
No, we didn't. I've had way too many
Never happened.
Dude, I've had way too many
I'm-
ones the past like 5 sessions or something. God damn it.
Alrighty. Thanks again for a wonderful session. I think we got a very cool point to start off again next week to see how this resolves.
We need to shut this shit down like right now.
Yeah, that thing needs to go down. And like in the coming week, if you can, Christine, if you can let me or let us know if you can make it or not on Easter. If you don't, like, it's not going to be because of you, but like more than one player, I usually postpone the session. So
it's because
and
of
as
you.
a matter of fact, like I sort of went ahead and was like, yeah, I probably don't have anything that day, but I do need to check. I think I don't because it's evening. But
Right, yeah.
I'm just gonna check. So I will let you guys know as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Looking a little further ahead, by the way, but that is like 2 weeks after, at the start of May, specifically the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you. I'm actually in America, so I will not be able to play.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm over.
Where are you coming
gonna be.
to?
I'm gonna go to Washington State.
Ooh, Washington State.
Yep.
Don't
Oh,
get
is that
black.
the cruise? The Alaskan
that's the cruise thing.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, cool.
Don't get black bagged.
And don't go what now?
Black bagged.
Black.
What's-
bag.
All the shit going on currently.
Oh,
That's Oregon, man. No, you gotta get to Portland for that kind of shenanigans.
Nobody,
No,
dude, nobody wants to catch me. For one, I'm
it's-
way too heavy to carry. Like,
Shit's happening to tourists too, man.
true.
Yeah.
But as I said, like, I'm way too heavy to carry. Like, it's not gonna happen.
And he's gonna be on a cruise ship most of the time anyway. So
True.
Is it just that Sunday that you're missing then? You'll be back by.
I believe. Yeah, I believe I'm. It's. I believe it's just the 4th. But let me just check just to be sure.
well, it's still a month out, so you got time to figure it out.
I was about to say, yeah. You got the times.
Let me see when I'm flying back. It's round about the next Sunday. Where did I leave it? There it is. Fly back is on Monday the 12th. Yeah, so the 11th is also going to be out. 4th and 11th.
Okay, yeah, that's what
Yep.
I thought.
All right. But there's at least next week, and that's when I'll see you guys again. I'm gonna go get some sleep.
Yes.
Thank you for a wonderful session again.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.
See you.
Later.
Smooches. Alright, chat, and so ends another session, another trek into the tower. I'll be live again tomorrow. Delve into Path of Exile, most likely. Not entirely sure. Fireball that. Not entirely sure what else we got going on, really, but there do be some stuff's happening. April is stacked with games, let me tell you what. But yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate you all. I'll see you all soon. Toodles.